son of a bitch started doing the thing again. Hmm.
It's frustrating because like she's not even online right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going
It's not like this was like not pre-planned.
This was planned like 2 weeks ago, so
Yeah.
let me see here. And it's even later than what I said before, so yeah. We're just gonna have to start off without her, and then if she comes, she comes. If not, we'll figure out how to write her in later. $5, she's gonna say, oh, I thought it was next Saturday. Or something. I don't know. I hit her up in a couple of other Discords. Okay, so maybe one of her friends will like text her or something. Okay. It's okay. I'm still setting up Discord stuff.
Well, at least you're still setting stuff up.
Yeah, it's still, yeah. We're just doing a quick little maintenance here, waiting for people to come in. If they come in, we'll see what happens. I gotta turn on virtual camera. OBS virtual camera. Turn that on. I need to get my green screen. Okay. And then exit out of that. Create this pop out. And then let's pop out. Shit. Close that. We'll go here. Let's do that. Alright, cool. So we have that. We'll just stay in the tavern for right now. And then let me grab my green screen. Daisy, come on, man. You gotta help me out. Jesus. Pooper. Okay. Sorry, just gotta clean up after my dog really quick. Let me know if the music is too loud. By the way.
Okay to me.
Huh?
Said it sounds okay to me.
Alright. No, Raven said she's not gonna be able to play for a while because she's doing a whole thing with her situation with moving and stuff. So that's why I'm starting this whole new campaign, because we ran out of people that were in the old campaign to make a big enough party for what I had planned. So we are just doing the thing, because I really want to keep DMing. I like it. It's fun. I want to keep going. Okay. Thanks for messaging, Savage. I messaged her too, but I don't have like her phone number and stuff, so I figured I might as well just go in there and say something. But okay, let us get started here. Let me put my camera back on. Sorry, guys. I just turned it off because I didn't want people to see my butt while I was trying to put the green screen on. That's what I have an OnlyFans for. Okay. Where did your option go? Alrighty. You guys ready? You guys fucking excited?
Fuck yeah.
Let's go,
I'm
dude.
alive.
I'm alive. Well, thank you so much for joining me. For all of those that don't know, I like to host Dungeons and Dragons games online from time to time. I'm trying to be a DM myself. This is like the third or fourth time, I think third time that I've DM'd now, and I'm really new, trying to help new players also get into the game as well. So I learn from them, they learn from me, and we're one big happy geeky ass family. But yeah, I have Dragon Dispatch here, Arcanite, and Tough Tootin' Baby. Fantastic gamers, fantastic people that I love hanging out with, and we're gonna be playing some D&D tonight. We're gonna go ahead and get started here in just a moment. We are missing one more person, Savage, and we're just kind of waiting a little bit, but I'm gonna have to get into it now because otherwise we won't have time for all the other stuff of the campaign. But yeah, let me drink some water really quick and then we'll get going here. I'm pretty sure the ads already played and are out of the way. Thank you, Mega Daisy, for also being a great admin and a great wife as well. Also, don't forget, people, we are sponsored by Dubby, so if you go and use PDBW at their website, you will be able to get 10% off of your order. I do recommend it because it doesn't really give me a whole lot of jitters. It has really great flavor profile. The only thing that I recommend with any type of energy blend is going to be start off slow. So just remember, do like half a spoonful or whatever. Thank you so much, Dragon. I appreciate you. You're faster at that than I am. They also have some cool merch here and there, and they got some really cool shakers, so definitely go ahead and check out the website. Just remember to go ahead and use that code to get 10% off, and also let them know that I am, representing them. I would like, to keep on growing as a streamer, and getting sponsored is one of those things, but I'm not going to try and sell something to you that's going to really hurt you. Anyway, D&D stuff. Alrighty. Here we are. Basically, this is going to be in the Sword Coast. It's in the Faerun, kind of Baldur's Gate 3-ish, if you guys have ever played that game. Just to kind of give you an idea of the world that we're playing in. It is the Forgotten Realms D&D, so there's dwarves, dungeons, and dragons. This group or this party is going to be pretty much in the northern side of Sword Coast, except for a couple of exceptions here and there, given their backgrounds. But yeah, this is for the players. If you guys are here, hopefully everybody's here now. You've all been invited to Ironhold's funeral. He was a wealthy dwarf who financially supported your parents or guardians to raise you as adventurers. You guys can decide whether or not you knew about this. I already went over it with your stories, and you guys sent them in. Fantastic stories, by the way. I love them. You each receive a meticulously crafted box, adorned with gold and featuring a small button. Pressing the button triggers a celebratory sequence, and the lid bursts open. Confetti showers and a cheerful music plays inside. Inside, you'll find a letter sealed with a wax stamp matching a sigil within the box. It's about like the size of your palm, pretty much. And that the sigil is the image that we see on the screen right here. Inside, you'll find a letter sealed with the wax stamp, with the sigil. A hidden compartment holds 500 gold coins. Intrigued by this spectacle and the unexpected reward, you'll read the letter. It explains that Dwagar Ironhold perished during an expedition. It doesn't go into a whole lot of detail on how he died. Just pretty much he was on an adventure and came into a very unfortunate accident, and it took them a while to find the body. When they did, they decided to hold this funeral or celebration of life for this Dwagar Ironhold. The Ironhold family invites you to honor the man who supported your journey from afar. And then we are going to switch the scene over to so just to kind of give you guys some context of figuring out where you are all at when you're arriving, it's going to be right here, Neverwinter, where this giant lake is, or this giant river is kind of going through into the Neverwinter Wood. But you guys arrive here at the port. Let me go ahead and open that bitch up for you. Okay. A chill wind bites at the exposed flesh as the vessel cleaves through the frigid waters of the inner sea. The great hull of the ship, A leviathan of oak and iron cuts a path through the waves. Its prow a defiant arrow against the tempestuous sky. Thank you. I'm sorry, guys. Karud, a half-orc, formidable stature, disembarks, his boots crunching upon the frozen pier. His gaze sweeps the bustling harbor, a keen eye scanning the crowd for a sign bearing his name. The man, a creature of action, exudes an air of impatience tempered by a wearing vigilance. And Karud, go ahead and explain what your character looks like as he's stepping off of the boat. You are muted.
Muted. There we go. Much better. Karud is a half-orc, fairly tall in stature, standing about 6'6", towering over a majority of the crowd. He has some signs of wear and tear about him. He looks a little bit haggard, and he looks like he's searching for his next drink. He's a little bit stumbling off this boat, trying to get his sea legs out from underneath him, and looking for where the next adventure is.
Okay. Did you want to like add anything extra to you finding the box or anything like that, or anything in particular that you were doing before you got that invitation?
Crud back home trains a small ragtag group that has fallen under him. He was financed by the gentleman who we are attending the funeral for. And when receiving this box, he immediately took up and left the port. He comes from a fairly nearby island, or not island, city named Luskan. It's a port city just to the south, or just this north of Neverwinter, and immediately set sail to come down and attend this funeral.
Perfect. Okay. Sorry, catching up on the notes here. A frigid wind whipped at the exposed flesh core, formidable stature. Yep, we got that. Figured. So as you're looking around for your next adventure, trying to get a direction of where you're supposed to go, the port is like somewhat busy. People are also getting off of the boat along with you. Tons of crowds. Some people kind of like shove you into the craziness of the crowd, but you stand tall and strong. And as you look over, a figure emerged from the throng, a mountain dwarf of imposing presence, garbed in rich velvets and furs. The colors were mainly just like red, and then like had a lot of gold lining on it as well. Pretty much kind of like his uniform in a way. He kind of comes up to you, and he says, he looks at you up and down. He's, crowd is it? The dwarf was, kind of resonating through the crowd as he called you, carrying over the clamor of the harbor. And like he notices that like that kind of piqued your attention a little bit, and he's just like, "Are you ready for an adventure?"
The name's Crud, and I breeze through breeze the path straight towards him. These people standing nothing in my way.
Aye, excited one, aren't you? Yeah.
Not
so
excited, just hoping to get it over and done with.
Oh, trust me. Once you get going, it's kind of hard to stop the excitement. It's a party.
You're
once you
excited
pass.
for a funeral?
I am. Ironholds don't hold the normal kind of parties. Funerals, especially. They are more of an experience to enjoy the life that you had, rather than crying about the life that's lost. You both start making your way towards the gate. And before you stretch a peculiar sight. Once you kind of get past the gates and everything and can finally see through the crowd, you see carriages, ornate and imposing, hovering a span above the ground, pulled by a construct of astonishing size and shape. It was a colossal golem, mimicking the form of a bear, strained against its harness, while another resembling a massive bull provided additional power. The carriages themselves were enclosed in these type of shimmery domes. So like little orange spots were popping up with the snow that was falling, and the snow would instantly turn into mist. And then a surge of, oh, sorry. Close the shimmering domes. It did not add the thing that I needed it to add to talk about this next part. So as you're walking up to the cart, as the dwarf is leading you to one of the floating ones, how do you kind of react to seeing these massive golems and these crazy like inventions in front of you?
I don't think Krud would be too taken aback. He lives in a
Okay.
port city, so there's probably similar constructs used for getting things off of ships and doing the menial heavy lifting, all the labor to try and get all the ores, etc., off of the boats that are coming in and out of the port.
All right. Okay. Awesome. So Karad isn't like really like amazed. He's kind of like, no, whatever, you know.
Yeah, they're worker golems.
Yeah.
It's day in day out for him.
Perfect. Okay. Cool. On that very cart, there is a figure. We're going to cut to, kind of sitting down with their legs crossed, not necessarily meditating, but kind of looking from spot to spot and just trying to practice their intuition and kind of reading people as best as they could. Under the hood, you see they have like these cat eyes. And Dragon, I would like you to describe your character.
Oh God, I hate that part. So you see a small feline, a humanoid, medium height. Of course, you're going to tower over me. Dark grayish brown fur, fading to a lighter brown on the hands, the muzzle, ears, and the end of the tail. You can't quite see it because the hood. Well, no, actually you can. I think the hood's going to have ear holes, so you can see the ears are sticking up tall, tufted.
Mm-hmm.
A dark purple kilt with a dark purple shirt with crossed leather in dark red. You just barely see the hilt of a dagger on the belt, but no other obvious weapons. Looking around, watching everything, keeping an eye on the constructs, as it were. Kind of sitting there, hanging out. Notice, I don't know. I'm really bad at this part, sorry.
No, that's cool. Do your best. I'm not gonna try and push you too hard.
Nope. Basically, you got a cat in a hood.
Got a cat in a hood. Got it. Was there anything that she was doing in particular when she got the invitation, or was it just kind of how I explained it?
Deep where I'm from, we constantly are training. We're fairly secluded, keeping the ways of the clan together. And I always knew that at some point I would be called upon to perform a duty, since I basically was, my potential was sold to keep the clan solvent. So finding the letter wasn't necessarily a celebration. The money's nice, but I'm leaving all that I know in my home to do a duty for somebody I don't actually know.
Okay. As you are sitting there, kind of like peacefully trying to keep to yourself, you hear the fumbling of a drunken dwarf kind of like come up and fall down in front of your face. He's got like some like a sash that's around him, and just like pants, and then like some leather straps that hold his axe to him. And it's like bare cold, doesn't even care, has scars all over his face and tattoos of various weapons. Can you do a perception check for me really quick?
Here's a sec. Skills, perception. You don't have anything up that I can see what it rolled. There we go. Up and over. Okay, did it work? Oh, I got a 5. I'm pretty close.
Yeah. No, it's not really hard to tell because you do notice on his hand is the same type of sigil that you received in the invitation, same exact shape. So you're starting to notice a pattern that people that work for Ironhold kind of like have some type of red on them as well. Your character isn't necessarily done. They're pretty insightful. They have like a decent kind of perception, so you didn't really have to roll super high for that guy.
Okay.
You also do notice I'm gonna forget these names. Karud, kind of like stepping on to the cart or the floating cart as well. Do you have any thoughts as you see him kind of like getting onto the vehicle that you're on?
Oh my. This one
Oh.
is going to be squashed. I will
Yeah.
have to be at that.
Okay. And then the guy that fell in front of you kind of like rolls over. Ah, yes! Oh, I haven't been to one of these in a long time. Please, more drinks, more food. Oh, I hope there's a fight soon. He kind of rolls over to you. He's like, is this your first time at a funeral?
This one has not been to this kind of funeral, no.
Yes, Ironhold funerals, dwarven funerals, strong funerals. Kind of like grabs his ponytail and kind of tightens it up a little bit. Well, if you want to tell any stories, I'm here for you, friend. Where's the beer?
This one appreciates your candor. The
Kind of like,
alcohol is far from me over there.
I see. Would you like anything?
This one is fine. Thank you for asking.
This one, that one. Third party one, huh? You're a funny kitty. I like you. He kind of like rolls over and grunts as he gets up. And then walks away over to the rest of the liquor. The cart kind of starts to finally load up. And you notice there's like a couple. We both notice that there's like a couple of guards on the cart as well. It's this big, kind of cart that's like has this orange crystal in the middle, and it's just kind of like floating. And like there's enough room to seat like 10 people and some tables and some barrels and some wine bottles, obviously, and some food as well, because the trek is going to be a little long. From where you guys are at. Oh, what was that? My snap back and one merch. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, Kaleidoscope. I fucking love you. I told you I'd buy your merch. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope you like the snapback. Let me know how it is when you get it. But yeah, so it's a pretty decent sized carriage, and it starts to kind of like lift up, and you notice a surge of power propels the carriage upward. The gold straining against its harness as it accelerates into a full sprint. So that motherfucker just starts going and just speeding up. Strangely enough, it's not necessarily affecting the cart a whole lot. You get like a little jiggles here and there, but it's nothing that's like completely making it hard to like stand up or anything as well. Some very like really intricate rune work went into all of this, all of these vehicles and stuff. Sorry. The ground falls away as the Gavayad soars into the frigid air, the crystalline dome offering a momentary respite from the biting wind, yet the illusion of safety is shattered as time goes on and things start to look a little bit more risky. It's getting really hard to see past the snow as time kind of goes on. It's been a few hours. Have you guys like mingled or talked to anybody or done anything within this time?
I'm just sitting people watching.
Garud would have gone directly towards that booze table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is booze to be drunk, and there are people to pick fights with and get rowdy with. That's exactly his type of environment.
So as you're drinking, you notice the same dwarf that I described as well kind of comes up to you. Can you do a perception check for me really quick?
Oh, that's a 3 + 2 is 5.
What's your passive perspective?
Passive?
Yeah.
Like
just
where do I
your
go to see passive?
Your overall just perspective. We see here.
Where do I see my passive perception here?
Let me see.
It's 10 plus the proficiency.
Oh, 10 plus proficiency, so total of 13 for
Okay.
wisdom.
Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You notice the sigil kind of look familiar, but you can't like put your finger on what looks familiar about it. You're like, I don't know,
Ooh,
but
shiny.
you've had like, have you had like a couple of drinks so far?
Bro, at this point,
Yeah.
I'm at least 4 meads deep.
Let's go, dude. I fucking love it.
For a few hours, he's here for a funeral, but there's beer to be had, and there's meat to be had. He's here for it.
So that same dwarf is like looking you up and down, and he's like, "My, you look like you've seen a couple of fights. Tell me, do you think you could take me on?" He kind of like bumps his chest really quick, and he's like fucking drunk as shit, by the way. So he's like stumbling over a little bit here and there.
I think I could handle you.
Oh, I'd like to see you try with your big arms. You probably throw me right off the cart. Like a little dwarven snowball.
I want to give you the rank of a snowball. Maybe a rock.
I like it. Hard and strong. Just like me. Yes. Anyway, how'd you get here? You don't look like normal type that would be here for my brother. My friend.
Your brother was a benefactor. He gave me some funds, and that's what I'm here to give him some honor for the things he was able to do for me. He got me out of a dark place.
Sounds like him. Dwegar. My name is Grunk Stoneheart. I know I'm not exactly his brother, but we've been in combat for many years. I've shed much blood with him, so it's as good as being blood related.
Soldier?
What is your name?
Karud.
Karun. I like it. Strong name. Short. Straight to the point.
Grunk, brother.
To Ironhold. And he holds up his tankard.
Arnold!
And everybody else joins in.
I
Ironhold!
slung it back.
Yep, and he kicks it back as well and falls flat on his ass. Can you do a Constitution saving throw for me?
Please tell me my constitution's better than mine. Where is constitution? Con. Okay. So it's not gonna. It's a 12.
You've had years of handling your liquor, so you don't fall flat on your ass. You stumble a little bit, but like kind of catch yourself with the back foot.
This dice has forsaken me too many times.
Yeah, you knew one.
Yep.
And like he just kind of like burps on the ground, and he's like, "Give me another," and just kind of holds the tanker up. A little cobalt kind of like runs over and grabs it, and then scurries off. And then-
Could I try a strength toss to see if I can help this drunkard up off his feet?
Go for it.
That's better. That's a +3, so 15.
Perfect. Yeah, so you lift him up with no problem. See, I knew you strong. beefy arms. He grabs your arms and gives it a quick little squeeze. He's like, I like my new friend here. So time kind of, do you, is there anything you want to say or do?
I'll kind of survey my surroundings. Have I been really able to clock Dragon's character, or am I rushed to the drinking table and downing as many beers as I can? Have I kind of missed her?
So with your training, you kind of did notice she stuck out a little bit because she was the one. She's somebody else that's dressed like you in a way, because like you guys aren't like super fancily dressed. You're not dressed for like necessarily a funeral. You're not representing a house or anything. Everybody looks like they're kind of in their own uniform in a way, different colors from different houses and stuff that are like you're either like really fancy or like really professional. She's the only other one that's like just hooded and kind of just chilling there. You did kind of like clock her.
I'm gonna go up to Dragon's character and try and kick off a conversation.
Okay. You're about, so you drank that whole thing, right? So you're not like super far away, but you're like about 20 feet or so. So you're just kind of like stumbling a little bit here and there to get to her. But again, you've drank a lot in your life, so you're able to get to her successfully. Dragon, what do you do in response? You kind of like notice that he's kind of coming up to you.
Cock my head to one side, watching as he stumbles. Kind of with a half smile on my face. Waiting till he gets close enough so I don't have to yell. See what he wants.
Okay.
Karud has no problems yelling over this din. He's stumbling towards going, Cat, who are you? As he approaches the final about 10 or so feet.
You notice people kind of like making it a point that they're trying to avoid you as you're stumbling through.
If I fall, these kids are gonna get hurt.
Yeah. Some of them are halflings, like with huge ass wigs on, and they're just like, "Oh my!" and just kind of like walk out of your way, as if you're you're Godzilla running through a fucking city.
This one is Keita. Keita Vlaston. I have come from near the Sword Mountains. I am here for the funeral, and you?
I thought all of us were here for the funeral.
Yes, but you don't look like a dwarf.
No, Ironhold was a benefactor, to say the least.
The benefactor, the patron. It is my duty to serve. Or is it your duty to serve as well?
No, it was my duty to train. Train a small band of misfits from Luskin.
Were you successful?
Currently, so far, the little street runt could one of the street runts could definitely use some training in throwing, and some of the others aren't too good at blocking, but we're working on it.
Very
I
good.
don't know how much longer we're gonna work on it without his funding, though.
Perhaps you should sit before you fall on me like tree.
That's a good idea. And he promptly takes a seat beside you, falling down into the chair.
Do I need to dodge at all?
Are you like trying to fall like right on top of her, kind of?
No, I'm sitting down just very heavily into the chair.
Okay.
And make sure my tail is out of the way.
Okay. Can you do a dexterity saving throw for me really quick, Dragon?
Yeah, just a minute.
Okay, yeah, you get the tail out of the way very quickly. It's just gone out of the way of the chair. You already knew it was coming. You're like, oh my god, for this fucking guy. You sit on the chair and it starts to creak under all of your muscly mass.
Well, these things are made for dwarves and halflings, so I assume they're not really meant for
Oh,
my
it's made
size.
they're made for all sizes. Like you guys there are dragonborn, there are orcs, there are different races of all different kinds here. It's not just dwarves, but they are all
Okay.
like representing a family or a part of that family, or like also they're guards for the family members. So it's a very like mixed crowd going on right now. Some of them were old guild members. There is a lot of different kinds of people. Some of them are small, some of them are big. They have like beanbag chairs for like the smaller people and stuff, and then they have like the bigger chairs and stuff for people like you. But you did sit in it pretty rough. Can you give me a I'd say dexterity check, because you're falling back in a chair.
Okay, so that's
Two.
oh no, it's one.
So you sit back in the chair and it like creaks and you're like, hell yeah, you thought you saved yourself. And then you just lean back a little bit more from the momentum and fall flat back. And you just hear from the fucking other end, just fucking, God, I'm bad with remembering names. Sorry, I'm pulling up my notes. You have Grunk over there on the other side. Big man breaks small chair. Where's my beer?
At this point, all Crud can see is this little kitty face leaned over.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
The floor is comfier than it looks. And he struggles to stand up and sit gently in the next chair. We're just going around the table with the chairs.
Is the music playing?
Yeah, I mean, there's like a bard or two kind of like practicing, but not like full on playing, you know? But oh, you're asking about musical chairs. Okay, sorry.
Your brain caught up. It works.
Yeah, it works sometimes. Oh yes, floor time. Let's go. All right. Remember, people, take care of yourself. Have some floor time. 5 minutes. That's all it takes. So as time goes on, hours become a day. It is really hard to see out. You do notice that the snow is not as bright as it used to be. It is definitely a lot darker and night out when it is nighttime. You are all about to kind of like doze off for a moment and go to sleep. Is there anything that you're doing in preparations before going to bed that your character would do?
Making sure that no one can sneak up on me.
Okay.
Kind of a catnap type thing. Such that it is.
I would say
Okay.
that Karud definitely he's doffed his armor and his weapons are in his chest, everything else, but everything's close by to be readily put on.
Okay.
It's just as a setting of habit.
That's good. I like that habit. So the snow begins to calm down, and the night sky becomes clear, with the occasional branch here and there of snow. And you all start to doze off, and kind of see these like waves in the sky of air and snow mixed together. But it's light, it's peaceful, it's calm, and other than the stomping of the golem, it's quiet, somewhat relaxful, kind of like on a ship rocking you to sleep a little bit. Hours go by as you're asleep. I'm trying to pull up my script, sorry. I gotta have the shit or else I'm gonna forget stuff, sorry. So,
Also very upbeat music for the nappy time.
yeah.
Are we still supposed to be looking at the port?
Huh?
Are we still supposed to be looking at the port, or is there a...
Yeah, things are gonna change in a
Okay.
second here. I just have to describe it. I'm just trying to find it. They're just... No, it's like head of journey. As you guys traverse the desolate landscape in the rhythmic thunder of the golem's footsteps, and the hushed awe of the passengers are interrupted by the growing chaos within the carriage. Goblins with feral tenacity pour through the breach, their numbers swelling with each passing moment. the once serene journey transforms into a desperate struggle for survival. You guys kind of like hear goblins like hooting and hollering as they start to chase you on wargs. Let me switch this over. So, here we go. So, you guys are rudely awakened by goblins screaming out Kragma as loud as they can and following you guys on the road. You kind of do notice from side to side that there are like a couple of like dwarves riding on these like rams and shooting at the goblins, but there is a huge amount of them and they are breaking through the guards and over towards the cart that you guys are on. The golem is somewhat outrunning them, but in front of them, they start coming down from the mountains, kind of like an avalanche, but of goblins, and they start heading towards you, and each of them are throwing spears with ropes attached to them to try and lock onto the golem. Some of them are successful and begin climbing up. You and Karud and Keta have to get up really quickly and get prepared for what's coming, and the little bubble pops on sorry on Grunk's face and he wakes up. What the hell? What's going on? He looks at both of you for an explanation.
Goblins, they ride upon wargs.
What do you think?
I knew that we would have a good time. It's not a good party without an ambush, am I right?
A fight's a good fight.
So one of the goblins kind of like come up and you see one of the spears like land directly in front of you, and one of the goblins are already kind of like attached to it, and he kind of jumps off and he comes for you, Karud. I want you to... How do you react? He's just coming up to you. He hasn't like swung or anything at you yet.
I will charge him.
Okay.
Like, if he wants a fight, he's gonna pick a fight.
All right, cool. So you're gonna charge him. Can you do a strength saving throw really quick?
I can do that. That's a 19 plus 3, so 22.
Okay, so how do you get him off of the cart?
I'm just gonna grab him and throw him.
Yeah?
It's just complete general. If he's running towards me, I use the momentum just to throw him.
Yeah? You just throw him hella far off into the distance?
Yeah, yeet, bitch.
It's just getting yeeted. So you yeet the goblin and he kind of just like flies off. You just hear, ah! And just a slam into the snow. And the golem kind of bumps over him and keeps running and trying to dodge out of the way. One of the goblins has a bomb and throws it at the golem, and that's running currently. It doesn't destroy it, but it does... Boop, boop, boop. Hold on 1 second. Let me roll this. Shit. Okay, so it does cause it to like move in a way that it hasn't moved before since you've been on the cart, and the cart gives a huge jolt and kind of slides over diagonally a little bit. You kind of start to lose your footing. I need I'd say acrobatics check maybe or dexterity check for like trying to stay, or do you think that would be more of like
I got
strength?
the acrobatics because
Yeah.
I'm going to try and
Okay.
make sure that I stay upright.
Okay.
So
So you
I
could do
got
acrobatics.
the 18.
Okay, so you beat it. You're able to as it kind of like shifts. Do you want to explain an acrobatic move that you kind of like keep yourself, or do you just kind of like stay still?
I kind of like riding it out on a surfboard, but
Okay.
I want to try and keep an eye on our drunk friend here, see if he needs to be assisted in not falling on his head overboard.
Are you talking about Grunk, drunk friend or crud drunk friend?
Crud drunk friend.
Okay.
Okay, Crud, can you do a strength saving throw to kind of like just keep your balance? Just
Yeah, I
kinda
can do
like,
that.
yeah. We'll go with that.
14, 15, 16, 17.
Yep, it beats the 15. So, yeah, you also, it's like nothing to you. You kind of just like slam or do you want to describe it? How you got to like keep your balance?
I'm assuming that things are probably bolted down here, so I grab onto something and just hold on for life.
Okay. Fantastic. Grunk actually is falling towards you, Keta.
Okay.
Can you do you do anything to help him?
I'll try and grab him as he goes by. I'll have to have one hand on something bolted down and try and grab him so he doesn't slide off.
Okay, so give me a dexterity for like kind of navigating towards him to kind of like slide and grab onto something that's bolted down.
So the acrobatics again.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we
So yeah,
have-
you did good. You got it. So how would your character kind of just like on this really like uneven floor kind of like jump and grab onto something? Is there like a certain how would that look?
let's see. Kind of like a cat.
Okay.
Leaps,
Okay.
claws.
All right.
I
So-
grab onto something and I'm digging in with my claws on my feet to make sure that, I'm anchored, and then hopefully I won't take too much skin off as I grab a hold of the dwarf.
Okay, can you give me a strength saving throw or yeah, to see if you can hold on to him?
16.
Okay, yeah, you were able to. Actually, your claws do dig into him, but it doesn't even hurt him. He kind of like laughs because it tickles. You're all like kind of like grabbing on. There's tons of other people like grabbing onto each other, trying to make sure nobody falls off. People are grabbing ropes and tables and everything that they possibly can as the thing starts to shift back into place. The golem kind of grabs itself and starts running again at full speed to try and avoid the goblins that are coming up. You do notice several other spears are starting to come above you guys and land onto the cart as well. Grunk. I always want to say Gruka because of my last playthrough. Grunk comes through and takes his axe out and swings, and we're gonna do that. Yep. Okay. Cool. So he runs up to it, swings, and smashes through one of the ropes before any goblins can like come up, and then you note Keta and I'm so bad at remembering your names. I'm so sorry, guys. Karud.
Just say crud.
Crud.
Like, you don't
Okay.
have to enunciate it. Just
Crud.
crud.
So Keta and Crud, you have goblins kind of like climbing up those spears. What do you guys do? You're climbing up the ropes that are attached to these spears that are into the cart. Sorry.
Have Dagger will try to sever rope.
Okay. Go ahead.
In such a way that if I sever the rope, they'll fall off.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you do that. You have higher dexterity, right? Or what is?
Oh yeah, on Dex, but I
Yeah,
have
so-
some strength.
Yeah. So
So
you finesse it in a way that you cut the rope. The goblin grabs onto the back of the cart and he's holding on for dear life, trying to climb up. Crud, what do you do?
Just out of curiosity, when Crud heard the attack, I got fully armed and armored, correct?
Yeah, you guys like heard everything, freaked out, and grabbed all of your shit and got ready. You
Okay.
had a little bit of time before all of this went down.
Cool. Can I swing my halberd and try and break one of the spears just directly in half? Just to
Yeah,
make it fall off type thing?
yeah, go for it. You know what? You don't even have to roll for it because you're pretty strong anyway. Unless you
Cool.
want to roll for it. But it's just they're not very well made. It's goblin
I
shit.
have better chances if I don't.
Yeah. So you just like swing your halberd and just break it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an axe. That's wood.
Yep. Perfect. All right. So it snaps in half. You hear another goblin kind of yell at the end the thing, and he's like grabbed onto the other goblin that's holding on for dear life, and he's trying to climb him. You kind of look off into the distance. Keta, actually, you see goblins with catapults up on like cliff sides, and they're starting to catapult goblins actually at the cart itself, and they start flying onto the
Angry
cart.
birds, angry birds.
Yeah.
Sorry.
One of them comes almost straight at you. Can you do a dexterity saving throw to dodge out of the way?
Sure.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, okay. So it just misses you, slams onto the ground, and ends up next to Crud. Crud,
Do I have
Go
enough
ahead.
time to do a? Am I still in position to say slash my claws, offhand claws, against the guy's hand that's holding on? The two goblins that are together. Does that make sense?
So, yeah, so you want to run up and do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you kind of like dodge out of the way, and then you kind of start running, beelining for the end of the cart. And then go ahead and do an attack.
All right. So that's the D20 plus the. I hate this. D20 plus the 3. No, there's got to be more to it than that, and I can't think off the top of my head. So. Is there any extras? What did I do? So I have proficiency. Okay, that doesn't do any good. All right. Roll right there. 19.
Oh, you rolled 19?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely hits. So yeah, you smack him and then roll. I wouldn't even say roll for damage.
I just want him to let go so they both fall off.
Yeah, so you scratch him, and like you scratch so fucking good that his fingers just come fucking right off, and both of them fly off at the end of the cart and into a group of the goblins that are chasing after you on wargs. Crud, there is a goblin in front of you.
Hit.
You wanna hit it?
I want to hit him.
Okay.
Oh,
That's what the character does.
So he's
The enemy
basically
I hit.
he's fucking prone, so definitely roll at advantage for hit.
2 dice, 2 clicky clack math rocks.
Yep, 2 clicky clack math rocks.
Where do I see my plus to it? Do I have a plus to my attack, or do I just roll a bare d20?
It's plus strength.
Pluses.
Oh, plus
Yeah.
my strength.
Yeah.
So that would be 16 with the
Okay.
highest roll.
Okay. And then yeah, you hit him because they're not very. These guys are not the armored ones. So yeah, hit him. Can you roll for damage, please?
It is 1d10.
Yep.
That's an 8.
Yeah, they're fucking fairly weak. So yeah, describe how you get them.
This man's prone in front of me.
Yeah.
I just raise up the halberd and swing down. It's like a cartoon character where they're trying to hit the bell toy, the bell thing at the carnival.
Yeah.
You can basically see me jump up as I'm swinging down this poor little goblin.
Just splits in half.
Yeah,
And fucking
I'm trying to cleave right through this.
fucking Gronkos looks over. Nice. Oh, I have an idea. He kind of like runs up to one of the ropes that are still kind of on the carriage, and grabs like another rope and ties it together really quickly, and then brings it over to you. He ties one end around him and goes up to Crud, and he's like, "Hold this! I am your weapon now." And he grabs his axe, and he screams and charges towards the end of the cart and jumps off, and kind of like spins around and slams into one of the goblins and wargs. And he's like, as he does that, he pulls onto the rope for you to pull. Can you give me a strength saving throw?
Oh god. This dude's insane. Strength, that's a 15.
Okay, yeah. So you pull up as hard as you can, and like the whole crazy strength between both of you just kind of whips the rope in a way that like sends him flying up into the air one last time. Give me another strength saving throw.
15 again.
Okay, so you swing as he's up in the air, and you feel the tension of it kind of like starting to pull in a way that you could tightens. You give it a little swing as if you're trying to swing Bowser off of the fucking tower, playing Super Mario Bros. And he just kind of like swings around, and you pull down just at the right fucking angle, and he kind of goes through several goblins and wargs as he's holding his axe out. And you take out all of them, and you just hear him off in the distance screaming, "Ha ha ha! Yes, yes, more!" It gives you another tug. So go ahead and give me another strength saving throw, and then do you want to do anything while this is going on, Keta?
I am basically trying to watch his back and make sure that nobody else is climbing up any ropes or trying to get on.
Okay.
And it'd be close enough to, I'm not sure I can really do anything if he overbalances, except for
Yeah, I'm
staying out of the
attached
way.
to a rope. If I'm off balance, I'm going with it.
So I'm kind of crouched behind him. You know?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
an 18 for the strength toss.
Beautiful. So you give one more final swing again up in the air, but this time he's just like up a little bit higher, and then you go straight down. And again, he kind of like comes up, and like as he's up in the air, he kind of like rages and then comes down extremely fucking hard to the point where it cracks the earth and starts to split a little bit, and goblins and wargs start falling in. And he's just like swinging on the thing, just like fucking laughing.
What axe is this guy holding?
So he's just like having the time of his life. But you do, can you? Keta does look out into. I gotta remember your more perspective. You look out into the field, and you do notice there's a shitload of goblins, like overwhelming amount now. Starting to fill the pass as you're trying to get to where you're going. Some of them have bombs and stuff starting to try and get a little bit closer to you. Is there any way that you react or anything that you guys say while this is all going on?
Heads up, more ahead. Either reel him in or let him go.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving him out there. I'm pulling him right in.
Okay, so give me
Not
a strength saving check to pull him in.
Oh please.
You wanted
It's
rolls,
a
bro. I'm
16 or a
giving you
19?
rolls.
That's a 16 plus 3, so 19 total.
Okay, yeah. So you kind of just like a fucking yo-yo pull this motherfucker in like nobody's deal, man. And he kind of like lands on his feet like no problem. Looks at you. He's like, "What's the problem? I thought we were gonna kill some more."
I point ahead of us.
Oh shit! I see problem. And one of the guards is like,
I have my sling out at this point, and I'm ready to start taking pot shots at the guys with the bomb. Actually, I'd like to try and hit the bomb in their hand.
Go for it. Give me a dexterity, or give me a hit with your slingshot.
Okay. Let's see if I can arrange that. Would be a dex check indeed. Oops, that's not what I want. Let's try doing it that way. 19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. You do hit one of them with the bomb. Can you describe how it happens? You shoot the. How would you
So
characterize
the sling whips the sling around and let's go. You watch the little rock sling bullet thing go, ping, and they go poof.
Tons of goblins kind of just fly into the air along with wargs. Nice shot! See, I knew there was a reason why I like you, Kitty. And then one of the guards is like, "I've never seen them. So many of them come out like this. They haven't been brave with the other ones. Why are they so aggressive with this last batch? They were probably too pussy to fight the other ones. That's why I'm here. Make sure that they don't make any mistake. And my friends, my friends, they do a real good job at cleaning up." He cracks his knuckles. cracks his neck. Bring it on! And as he says that, you do notice a glint in the air. It ends up being hundreds of arrows flying down, not at you, surprisingly. One of the guards actually like is like, oh shit, and kind of like grabs like this kind of like cannon that's like, he's a human and it's like around 6 feet, so he's just kind of like grabs it, puts it in position, and then pulls down on this lever, twists, and out comes this like umbrella-y fan looking thing spinning in the air. It's from fucking Lord of the Rings kind of thing deal, where it kind of like where it shoots up into the air and all the arrows kind of just fly in the other directions, hitting all the other goblins and shit on the side. And then you also start seeing like fireballs and magic and everything kind of come out on this huge wall and just decimating the goblins that are on top of the wargs. You hear multiple of them screaming, "Turn back! Turn back!" And they all just kind of like start running off into the distance back and retreating into the mountains. Bunch of
There's not
pussies.
one more I can hit.
Do you want, you go for it.
Another bomb I can hit.
Go for it. Go for it. There's not a world that I wouldn't let you do something cool like that. Roll a hit for me.
They're running and they're too far away. They're out of range. I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4? Okay, yeah.
Actually,
kinda-
I rolled a 1.
Oh,
I rolled
Oh,
a
no.
1 plus 3 is 4. Fuck.
it was a natural 1, huh?
Yes.
So you go to try and shoot this thing, and you let go, and instead...
Not a slingshot. It's a sling. There's a
Oh, so
difference.
you're doing this, right?
Yes.
So you
Tell me
go
I
like
hit-
this, and kind of
me
like
I hit
slip
Crud
up,
in the nuts.
and you go and aim for credit to get on accident. It doesn't like come out of your hands. It's kind of just like still in your hands, and you slip and you swing and you hit Crud right in the fucking
Aw.
nuts. Can you do like a? Yeah, you didn't even realize it. It was too quick. So okay, let me do this really quick. I'm sorry. I gotta do it from time to time if it makes sense. So you get 1 hit point damage.
Okay.
It just like glazes it a little bit. It doesn't like hit dead on.
This shit.
So you guys start to arrive closer to the rest of the convoy. You see tons of different warriors and wizards and sorcerers all kind of like lined up and marching away from trying to protect you, getting on their carts and golems as well. But as you notice, things kind of like slow down just a little bit. And is it this one? No. Sorry. This is why I write things down so I can look what it's called. Convoy. That's what it's called.
Convoy.
There we go.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I love it. All right. So that's that, and then we're going to this. Things start to kind of like calm down a little bit. You get closer to all of these buildings that are like on wheels and or have feet on them, and they're all just like slowly moving in a convoy. They all have like the orange crystals as well, kind of protecting them from the snow and the frigid winds of the mountains as they're going up this path. From here, we are finally at a peaceful point, and the cart kind of stops floating above the golem and kind of comes down back behind him and gets to a point where people can start coming off. People start exiting the craft, kind of going to stores. It pulls up to like one of these other stores too, where it's like kind of like a drive-through. It has like a little window, and some of the gnomes start talking to some of the dwarves and tabaxi that are selling stuff here and there. You also notice that there is tons of music and things going on, as well as if it's like a mobile carnival. People are walking around on stilts to get to other levels of different buildings that are traveling. There are people that are using pole arms to also vault their way through different areas, ladders, people using sleds and dogs to kind of maneuver through this crazy mobile town. As you guys kind of like pull up, how do you guys feel about what you're seeing, what's going on, and what just happened?
I'm still trying to process the dwarf on the end of a rope swinging around.
I'm trying to sidle slightly away so Crud doesn't notice. Doesn't notice me for a little while. Making sure my tail is out of the way of all this clanking stuff. This is too many people. But OMG.
Okay. Grunk kind of looks over at you both, and he's like, very well done. I feel like Ironhold made a good choice now. Yeah, you would have been so proud. I ain't too sober, though. Yeah, I get flown around on the rope through the snow and goblin blood. It'll surely wake you up. He's like all bloody and shit and everything from the goblins and the warg blood. I'm gonna go find one of these things to have a bath on them. And when I do, I am going to get more drunk and then finish and find you and get even more drunk, and you know what I'm saying? He kind of like taps or ball taps fucking Karun and kind of like walks off. Do you guys
I'm looking around inquisitively and looking, see if I recognize the clan colors on any of the tabaxi, and I'm just kind of looking at everything. Curious.
Do me a favor, do a perception check.
Okay. Lost my cursor. 1 moment, please. Rolled a 10.
Okay. You do notice other tabaxi, but they're all actually kind of free from those colors. It's kind of odd. The only a couple of tabaxi that you do recognize are the ones that are dressed in red and gold, and they're also accompanied by other dwarfs normally, but none of them are like of other creeds that you've known. A lot of them seem like they're kind of just like free, and not a part of any clan, strangely enough. Kind of makes you a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. Clan is everything.
For some. Maybe where you grew up. Is there like any tabaxi that's that stands out to you? Or there is one that stands out to you in particular that kind of like looks you up and down. Sorry, gotta remember that I'm the DM, not the player. They kind of like look you up and down. Oh, you're in a clan. How's that been? Have you gotten to live your life as freely as you wanted to, sweetheart? He's kind of like this ashy gray cat. It has like a little clip of his ear is missing, and he's dressed in like really like middle class attire, like nothing crazy and fancy, but not super poor either. And he's got this little wrap over him as well, keeping him warm, even though they're in this like warm dome.
What clan are you? I'm from the Sharp Claw clan.
Sharp Claw clan. You see, when money becomes everything, clans start to mean nothing. Look at all these people here to waste more money than they can ever imagine. For some, it's free, but for many others like you, darling, wearing clan colors, not belonging where you're supposed to belong, you might get a little free ride because of Ironhold's will. We'll see what happens. I'm mainly here to see the type of destruction that might occur. Every single one of these fuckers here are greedy. They want a piece of the pie. Ah, my clans. Once money becomes involved, there's no honor. Sharp claw. And starts to walk off.
I kind of hiss a little bit.
He turns around, hisses back. Just keeps going.
I turn to Crud. Do you need me to get a snowball for that? Is it okay?
He's still stammering, looking at the rope, and he's just like, snowball.
An ice pack. Never mind. Obviously, we're fine.
Ah, I didn't get hit.
Judy,
Uh-oh.
are you okay? Keep going. Sorry. Continue.
Oh no, I'm done.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
We're done.
I was just filling gaps.
Okay. Judy, you're here though, right? Or sorry, fuck. Tough.
Eh.
Yeah, she's here.
Okay. Cool. All right. So we're going, as you guys are talking and kind of getting situated, there is a tavern that is mobile and moving as well, alongside you guys, as you guys are kind of trying to wrap your head around what everything that's been kind of like going on. Let me go ahead and switch over here. Sorry. I am still learning. Trying to use different backdrops.
I think it's lovely. I'm used to a game where everything has to be described and you have graph paper.
I am trying to make it easier for...
This has absolutely put me into a shock and coma of technology. I am in awe.
I'm glad you are. Tavern. Oh, I thought I added this. Fuck me. Hold on. Well, don't fuck me. That's my wife's job. But let's see here.
You had
Tags.
to go there.
Of course I did. You haven't played games with me for a while. You know my humor is fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, upload. This. I'm so glad that this is so fucking fast. So we enter into a tavern that is moving around, and through the doors you can see hundreds of people all around the bar, talking, laughing, having a great time. On top of that, as you see different types of tubes kind of wired and routed through the roof of this tavern, kind of clanking and moving along side. The tavern kind of shifts really quickly and people stumble just a little bit, and as it happens they all like yell in the air different types of cheers, and they're just like roast and just like drink more from their drinks, and people are grabbing tubes and kind of like shoving it into their cups, and alcohol and different drinks are coming out of it. We see a paladin sitting at the bar, eating a loaf of bread. And this is your turn, Tough, to describe your paladin.
So she's about 5'8". She has armor on, but underneath you can very much tell that she has like a little purple hoodie underneath. She's got a little bit of an olive complexion, and she has super, super long hair, almost down to her knees. And she's just there, ripping off pieces of bread and just stuffing them in her mouth and looking around the tavern.
That's my last loaf. I'm gonna have to make a trip to one of the other taverns to get more tonight. Aye. It's a good thing. You're lucky that you get to eat free, you know. All you got to do is flash that shiny little sigil. You get anything you want on this route. On this trip. Together. What brings you here?
Some guy died?
Well, of course. Everybody's here for Ironhold. But not everybody comes, surprisingly enough. Oddly enough, we seem to be missing one of the dwarves here that kind of helped Dwega go on his adventure. Surprised I know he would have been here. I asked him to come to my bar. And I just heard the last load got here. Anyway.
Oh, well, he helped me become a paladin after my father's death.
Yes, one of the promised ones. I see. What a shame what happened to his wife and his kid. But I guess it sparked a new adventure in him, huh? How you liking the bread, love?
Could be a little more toasted.
Yes. Well, give me just a moment. I could take some bread from you and go ahead and toast it. Or would you like me to leave half? I only
She's
got a
like
little bit.
holding onto it and glaring at him.
Never mind then, sister. Well, looky here. Do you need a drink? It seems you've been eating a lot of bread but not drinking a whole lot of it, huh?
Well, you know, you gotta line the stomach before you take some drinks.
Oh, never heard of that. Kind of takes one of the tubes, shoves it in his mouth. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, do you want some? He kind of holds the tube up to you.
I'll have some ale.
The boring one, huh? Okay. He kind of like pulls on the tube and it kind of goes back up into the ceiling a little bit and kind of taps a little tune, kind of like shaving a haircut kind of thing on the desk, and another tube kind of like comes down and he grabs a tankard and fills it with ale for you. There you go, darling. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself now. I'm sorry about Ironhold's death, but it's a new age. Crazy things are about to happen. I kind of want to be a part of it. But bartenders don't normally get to go on adventures once they're in the bartending ages, huh?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know. This would be my first big adventure.
Really now? First adventure? You look very, very strong and a ready adventure. I thought you would have went through some combat and stuff beforehand. You know, you do look a little familiar. I think I've seen you in the papers for some type of arm wrestling or something.
Oh, no, couldn't be me.
No? Huh. Well, thanks for coming by the bar. Do you need anything else?
Since you're out of bread, nope.
Yeah, thanks to you, I'm out of butter too. It's not going to be a fun trek. I'm going to have to do this either at night or... I'd probably do it in the morning. I just hope nobody needs any more better bread. We'll see what happens.
I mean, you should do it before morning. That's when everybody wants bread.
Yeah, I guess. You're right. I'll probably try and take a trek tonight. With all the goblins getting riley, it's kind of scary out there. I heard the last people...
I could go with you.
I would very much appreciate it. I'll definitely let you know when I go there. And then a hush fell over the tavern as a colossal orc burst through the crowd, his towering figure casting a long shadow over the patrons. His voice, thunderous roar, his voice, a thunderous roar, echoed through the room. "The baker! Is that you?" And you kind of just look up. Yeah, he says, "The baker, is that you?"
No, I understood.
And you look over and you see this huge orc, not half orc, full-on orc guy, kind of like thumping through with these massive arms, and he looks over at you. "I know it's you." The gaze locked onto the paladin, a challenge burning in his eyes. With a grunt, he withdrew a particular package from his belt. As he unfurled it, a gasp rippled through the crowd. A translucent container, adorned with intricate, otherworldly symbols, held a loaf of bread unlike any seen before. Its crust glistened with an unnatural sheen, and with each movement the bread seemed to defy gravity, undulating in a mesmerizing display.
Are you flirting with me right now?
It's basically the milk bread thing, the Japanese milk bread. I challenge you. The orc boomed, his voice carrying over the murmur of the crowd. When? And all this can be yours. And he kind of just like smacks it like an ass, basically, just lightly, and it kind of just like jiggles in a very seductive kind of way.
Hey, be careful with that. It's very, very soft bread.
I know. His massive hands emphasizing the prize. I'm your sworn enemy, the Corn Cob King. And a surge of excitement sweeps through the tavern. A dragonborn and their scales gleaming in the low light seized a sturdy wooden table, dragging it to the center of the room. Two diminutive kobolds with surprising strength push chairs into place, creating a makeshift arena. Let me see if I can add something else.
Shokupan just says under her breath, "Damn it, I was trying to keep a low profile."
And then do you like sit in the chair, or you're just standing and watching the shit go on?
I sit in the chair.
Okay.
Too
Where are
late at
we?
this point. I gotta commit.
As this is all happening, Keta and Karud walk into the tavern, kind of like on the other side. They're not behind you, but they're kind of like behind the orc, kind of just like walking through the door, kind of coming in because they heard the commotion and were interested in it. How do you two react to what you're seeing right now? A giant orc going up against a human paladin. That's like five.
Are we
five,
able to
six.
actually see
I am
past
an
this
elf?
badass?
Sorry, did I say you're an elf or a human?
I'm an elf.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, sorry. I didn't hear you say elf.
Half elf.
Oh, okay. You're half elf?
No.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Okay, let
I'm
me see.
doing-
I
'Cause
don't know
there's-
if I
channeling
put
my
half
inner
or
shadow
full.
heart.
I just know it's elf.
Oh, yeah, it is elf. Oh, it's wood elf. Oh, you're a fucking wood
Yes,
elf. I thought
I
you were a
said
human. I'm sorry. I'm the
Racist.
worst. I'm the
Just
worst
'cause you're
DM
not
ever.
green.
We got us a little Bosmer going here. Okay.
I had to check for myself.
Can we
Purple,
actually
I gotta
see
be
around
different.
the fat ass in front of us?
You can kind of see a little bit as you're walking in to try and approach the bar area, kind of. You do see the little wood elf in paladin clothing getting ready to arm wrestle. You guys like
Just
say
gonna-
anything? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. I walk in. I'm like, okay, let's see how this fucking goes.
This could make or break my character right here.
High stakes.
Is it warm in here, or am I just sweating a lot?
Yes. Okay. Anything
Kinda
else, guys?
Sidle off to the sides, come getting closer to the paladin, still on the edges of the room, so that I don't get trampled, and that I get the feeling that she got one of our letters, and there's a disparity here of size that I'm not happy with, so I'm going to kind of get a little closer to the paladin.
Okay. So like as if you're gonna like back them up a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. As everybody's like getting hyped up and the crowd is like clapping and the music has kind of like changed its tone from like a super peaceful thing to something a little bit not necessarily upbeat, but a little bit different to kind of set the mood. A tabaxi, the same tabaxi that you saw earlier actually just like kind of comes out of the blue again and is in their lith form, exuding an air of impartiality. They kind of step forward, and arm wrestling match it shall be. They announced, their voice carrying over the growing clamor. Fair play, and may the strongest arm prevail. And he looks over at the orc and looks over at you and kind of snickers a little bit. And, this should be good. And kind of like puts his you both kind of put your hands together, ready to start, and he puts his hand on top of yours. Are you both ready? This is gonna be fun. It's just very weird energy coming from this guy.
Shokupan just looks so bored.
Ooh,
I'm just
Right.
bearing a fang at this guy and trying to keep an eye on what he's doing. Make sure he's not doing anything shady to rig the fight.
he looks over at the orc. The orc just kind of looks at him up and down. He's like, I didn't say you could touch me. He kind of like lets go. He's like, okay. 3, 2, and 1. And as Chocoban starts to feel the strength of the ogre kind of like push you over
Orc.
to the side, can you do a orc? Thank you. Can you do a strength saving throw for me really quick?
17.
Okay, let me see. I had it pulled up here. 17. Yep. So in surprise, he kind of like goes back towards his side. You're
Can
not
I
even
actually
like
quickly like roll for performance to try
Yeah.
to like no, I guess roll for deception to just be like, it's so hard, and then just go boom.
yeah, go for it. Roll for deception. I would love to see this happen.
Oh man, I got a 3 for deception, so I'm being so fake. I'm like, oh no. Oh,
So they kind of
no.
like pick up on it, and the audience isn't like super amused by it. And you're like, oh no, and you're just going, and he kind of he like moves over. And he's like grabbing onto the table. Can you do another strength check for me?
16.
Again? Okay. Well,
No, I
okay,
had
yeah.
17 last time.
Oh yeah. Okay. So this time it's a little bit harder, but you're able to kind of like just find that right moment to just push through a little bit. And now he's really fucking struggling trying to keep it up. His arm is almost to the point where it's about to hit the table in a way, but he's still kind of like holding on, still very fucking surprised at what's going on. The audience, the crowd is like cheering. Some of them are booing and saying, "You fucking cheater!" And like some are like just chanting, "Cobb King, Cobb King, Cobb King." And you see people just dancing around with their drinks and everything, all excited. Give me one more strength check.
14.
So he gets to kind of like, you get a little too confident and he kind of just like pulls back up a little bit. Give me another strength check.
Ten.
You're back at the start. He's kind of like starting to grin a little bit and like still struggling to kind of push you through to the end. And the crowd just gets even more louder and excitement for what's going on. How do you two react as you're seeing this go on right now?
I'm leaning
I'm-
up against the wall in astonishment.
I'm watching the rich
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
He's just kind of like sitting there picking his nose and not like really paying attention and like looking around to see if anybody saw him and then flicks it away.
Ew.
Yeah. He's kind of a sleazeball, dude.
I'm bearing that thing again.
He just kind of like looks over at you and just like rolls his eyes and just kind of like grabs his drink and walks away a little bit. All right, give me one more strength check.
RNG.
16.
So you kind of like do that thing where you, do you want to do another like, oh, I'm faking it thing, or do you want to just go
No,
for
she's
it?
in it now.
She's in it. Okay, so you just fucking lock in. You lock eyes with the orc. He's no longer like smiling. He kind of gets a little afraid of your stare. Can you do an intimidation check for me really quick?
Oh, that is a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, he is really scared now. He's just like, oh, what the fuck? And then you just slam his arm down in one fucking final push. And he kind of just like falls out of his seat onto the ground. The chair and table both breaking as you just like hold his hand down into the ground and kind of like breaking the wood at the same time. Like just super fucking strong. And he just like kind of screams like a little girl. Ah! Kind of just in pain from you doing that.
And then I just lay my hand on him and do lay on hands.
Yeah, so you heal him.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of like looks and gets silent for a moment. And he reaches out his hand for you to kind of like help him get back up.
I pull him up.
Pull him up flawlessly. And he like raises your hand. Yeah! And everybody in the whole tavern starts screaming and getting all hyped up and happy and everything and start cheering, the baker, the baker. And he and he like hands you the bread. He's like, fair and square.
I hold the bread up with 2 hands, just like as if it's a trophy.
Everybody's like cheering you on and everything. How do you guys react?
Roll my eyes about the whole thing. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong.
I don't know if it's something to be taken seriously because this little thing just beat that massive thing.
Yeah.
And it was a massive show of strength, and it's just arm wrestling. So, I'm honestly, Grud wants to challenge her to see if it's
Yeah.
actually something that's like, is this something that's actually impressive?
Do what
Is
you
he
guys wanna
close?
do.
Is Crud close enough for me to elbow him and go ahead, I know you want to. Go ahead. I know you want to.
You guys got to tell me where you were at. Are you like on the opposite wall? Are you next to her? Or
I was pretty close to the entrance.
okay. So you are on the other side of the big guy,
Okay.
so you're kind of like away from him.
Oh, I'm just gonna kind of lock eyes with him and raise an eyebrow, cock my head a little bit in that, you know, you want to. Huh?
Yeah, Grud is gonna start walking towards that table.
Yeah, it's a broken mess right now.
It's a broken mess.
Yeah, the kobolds are like trying to like grab it and move it around.
As Grud is walking towards her, he grabs a table and drags it up with him.
Oh,
Just
let's
a-
go.
I don't care if there's drinks on it, if there's people sitting in it, it's just a nearby table. I just drag it up with me.
Can you do a sleight of hand check for me really quick?
A sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
Skills and saves. What is sleight of hand?
Dexterity.
Yeah,
Dexterity.
it's dexterity, so I have a 1. Let's see how this goes. That is a dirty 20.
Okay, so none of the drinks even fall. Like you just kind of like in one whiff grab the table and just like elegantly put it right in front of you and like look at Shakupun and like none of the drinks fall. Everything is perfectly fine. You just in one single flow just gotta like sick table, bam, let's go.
Let's fucking go. Let's do it.
Do what?
Arm wrestle.
For what?
What do you mean for what?
I
Is
hold
there
up
like
the
some
bread.
entrance fee? You want bread?
Yeah.
Fine, I'll buy some bread.
They're
I
out
waved-
of bread.
What do you mean they're out of bread?
They're out of bread.
And butter.
What kind of a joy? I slam my hand down at the table and the glasses all shake. What kind of a bar is this? They don't have bread.
The type that has somebody that eats a dickload of bread.
Could it be me?
And I turn and I glare at the bartender. Then get more bread.
I have a bar to run. You get to wait like everyone else.
You got patrons to feed.
They can eat other things like soup. You don't need bloody fucking bread for soup.
You eat soup with bread.
You can get crackers.
And I at this point I stand up on my seat. Who actually likes crackers with their bread?
The orc just like
What?
raises his hand.
At this point, like, I'm basically going like, let's fucking hear it. Inciting a riot.
Do you mean crackers with your soup?
Crackers with your soup, who cares? I just threw a man on a rope.
The orc
I'm
kind of like
tired.
is like above you, looking down. I like crackers with my soup.
You lost. You don't get an opinion.
He kind of shoves you. I am very sensitive. My opinion matters. Orc lives matter.
I do.
Kind of like just
Aren't
look.
you half orc?
Do you think I know we don't matter?
We do. You must tell yourself,
know.
brother. Stop the rage, brother. He kind of like grabs you by the shoulders, and he just like, it'll be okay, brother. And just looks at you very seriously.
I've broken into the bread and I'm like pulling off little pieces.
I grab a small pouch of petty change type thing and drop it on the table.
I'll
There.
need money.
What do you mean you don't mean that's how you buy bread?
It's not fun that way.
I mean, if
They
you
broke
want
his
to,
head, guys.
What do you mean? You buy bread, you like bread, you buy the bread, you eat the bread. Buy bread, eat bread, you like bread.
You can make bread.
Bread. Do I look like a baker?
I don't judge people.
This one thinks she is the baker.
What the cat said.
you didn't hear our whole bit. You know, I'm the Cobb King. I like corn. She's the baker. She likes bread. Do you want that money? I'll take the money if you don't want the money.
You don't get the money. I'm just standing. I just turned him because I'm assuming his race still beside me. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
you don't get the money. The money was for the bet. You don't get the money.
I mean, I'll arm wrestle you. I mean, if you want to.
You already lost. It's honestly impressive because you lost.
But I
I was
just want
thinking
somebody
I
to
owe
hold my
you,
hand.
I guess. If this stops, I'll do it. It's
No,
getting kind of weird.
I grab my coin purse and I just walk back to the door.
Can you do a? Let's see. What would we go with? As you turn, you bump in, or you almost bump into him. What can you do? Like a dexterity saving throw for me, really quick.
Oh God. Okay.
Wouldn't it be perception?
Well, he knows.
He's trying to like dodge the person, or
Well, he's like next to you, and you're trying not to like bump into him, because you grab the
I
coin
am.
purse and then you like.
I hopped off my chair and then I marched towards the door.
Okay, so you okay? You know, yeah, fuck it. We'll just say you march towards the door, and nothing really like happens at the moment. He just kind of like looks
Frustrated
over.
then.
I'm just mumbling crackers with soap.
I kind of look between the paladin, the orc, the leaving half orc, shake my head and follow the half orc.
The orc looks at you. He's just like, "What's his deal?" Oh, yeah. What is this deal? Why is he so mad? I don't get it.
Shut up, corn cob boy!
Hey! Get back here and say that to my face!
He's had a long trip. This one take care of it. I pat the side of his hand or his arm or whatever's in reach, arm-wise. Don't worry your pretty little head and wander up.
She called me pretty. And he smiles at Shakopun.
Hi.
Kind of.
I offer him some of the bread. The big orc corn cob man.
He gets like so happy. He's just like, oh, and just like grabs that little piece and then eats it. This is the best bread I've ever had in my life.
I know, right?
Oh, it's so beautiful. You're really cool.
I give him like a little fist bump.
That's what followed me home. Can we keep him?
gives a fist bump back. But as you're giving the fist bump, the cart kind of jolts a little bit. Can you do me a favor and do a Constitution saving throw?
Oh no.
All of us?
No,
Me?
you guys are already off the cart, kind of. But Shakupan.
18.
Okay, yeah. You kind of jiggle a little bit. You almost miss his fist, but you connect. Perfectly fine. And he's like confused as to what's going on, and he's just like so excited it's happening though because he doesn't have like a lot of friends and shit.
I mean, he
Don't
called
make me
himself the
feel-
Cob Man.
Don't make me feel bad for the orc.
He has a name. His life matters.
Orcs' lives matter.
Orc lives matter. Exactly. Whoa. I guess I'll see you around then.
See you at the funeral, my dude.
Oh yeah, maybe. Hopefully there's room. And just kind of like walks away. Time kind of goes on. It's been about like, I want to say a good couple of days as you guys have been traveling with this mobile city. Is there anything that you guys did within the couple of days other than like drinking and stuff? Anybody that you wanted to connect to or talk with during those couple of days, or if you want to
Just trying to avoid the creepy dude. Keep
Yeah.
an eye on Crud, who's probably drunk most of the time.
Oh yeah, the drunkenness is going to be an issue.
fucking love
I
it.
want to go check up on Crud and make sure I didn't hurt his feelings.
Okay. So Crud is kind of like going from shop to shop, drinking, and you kind of see him as you are just kind of like finish up. It's like the morning time, right? And you did tell the dwarf it would have been better to go at night, and you kind of like forgot, and so you guys went really early in the morning together to go and get more bread from the other taverns. And as he's like, you guys are carrying boxes of bread together, you do notice Karud, and you try to approach him to make sure that his feelings aren't hurt. How do you guys want to do this?
I'm gonna go up to him and just offer him like a fist bump.
Without even like registering who she is, I just do a fist bump back.
Yeah.
Just out of like instinct.
We
And
good, bud?
I've just been kind of following him around, make sure nobody rolls him for his money.
We good, bud? No hard feelings?
Bread girl.
That's basically my name. Yep. Yeah, that's me.
Cupcake. No. Baker. That's what it was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're good. Why wouldn't we be?
Just making sure.
You got some sort of a racket going on over there? You seem very eager to fight you, to arm wrestle you. Was it all a show?
Are you asking if I'm actually strong?
I mean, not to point out the obvious. You're small.
So?
I mean, you don't look very big. How are you beating all these people?
This one thinks you're digging yourself a hole.
I roll up my sleeves and I flex, and it's just muscle.
Like the fucking SpongeBob thing.
Yeah, like the SpongeBob thing. It's like inflatable. I
Yeah.
blow air into it. And then I
Oh.
go really close to his ear and I whisper, "You get these muscles by kneading bread." And I walk away.
And I just you can get these muscles like me bread.
It's a workout.
It is.
I just turned to Keta. I'm like, huh, I knew it was a hustle. And I go back to and just drinking down my stein.
I just
So-
go back to helping the dude.
Okay.
They have
So-
they have bread now.
Yeah.
Don't you want to go and challenge now that there's bread on the tables?
I know I liked you. And I just start making a beeline for the bar with the bread.
Okay.
The
So
bar
you
hopping
make-
time.
Okay. So you go. So are you going to the one that Shopka went with, or is it
Yes.
like
Wh- Whichever one that she's basically set up shop in.
Okay, that is. They're all called basically the Swaying Wanderer. It's just they go back and forth from this road a lot anyway, so they're all kind of pretty similar to each other. Just by the way, but yeah, I just wanted to throw that detail out there just so that way you get an idea. It's a franchise kind of tavern. But yeah, so yeah, you
It's a franchise.
Me as capitalism in my D&D world?
yes, dude, I'm-
So
Oh no, rich people are evil. Who ever thought? Anyway, yeah. So
As we
you
go to
kind
the
of
funeral for a rich man.
yeah. So you kind of like stumble, kind of try and like do one climb and but like stumble backwards, and then try again and get onto the steps like how you're supposed to get into the tavern and kind of like just stumble in, and you see Shopakun kind of like putting the case of bread down onto the bar, and the bartender is just like taking things and putting them away at that point in time with the bread. Bread and butter, bread and butter. I never thought of
I
this.
walk up and I slam a couple copper on the countertop because I assume that's the price of bread because I didn't bother asking. Like 1 loaf.
He looks at you. Do you have a sigil? You don't look like you belong to the rest of the family, so I assume you're one of those adventurers that Ironhold babied because he couldn't have a son. Do you have the sigil? This lady did. Kind of like,
Hey DM, do I have the sigil or not?
of course you have the sigil. But
That's why
because
you're
he's-
here.
But because he's drunk, this one will wave her sigil and say, "Give men bread."
Oh,
alright,
the sigil
then.
was with the box.
Yeah. Like so you've been drunk and
Drunk, it's
everything.
fine.
Like there's a chance where you could have been like, oh, I lost it because I was drunk as shit, you know? Like,
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to give you agency to be like, oh, I do or do not have this thing.
No, my brain legitimately forgot that was part of the box
Yeah.
that we got.
Yeah. So okay. So he sees Keta's sigil and he's like, alrighty then. Thank you so much for you guys coming over. I really do hope the best for you. It's gonna be a real tough negotiation to keep that guild open. He kind of like pulls one of the breads from the box. Fresh from the oven, laddie. I hope you do enjoy it. You seemed rather upset the other day about not having it.
And with hearing what he last said, I turned towards him like, what do you mean negotiation?
Guild?
You haven't heard? Well, you see, Ironhold is a big company. Lots of gears and cogs. It's profited off of blimps and guns and machines of war, and then it turned into rebuilding cities and making a new name for dwarves. But eventually, Ironhold, some people say he went mad. When in reality, he finally got a good bone in his body. He felt like he could really make a difference. And in doing so, he started a guild. Started paying for other guilds here and there. Found other adventurers, or promising adventurers. Paid money to them. But to keep all that money, he has to run a business. And the guild has to be profitable. Somehow. Some people don't think saving villages or people, or rescuing cats from trees, or slaying dragons is always that profitable.
I'm not in a tree. I can get out of this tree all by myself.
You're very funny. That was a lovely joke. Now, the guild might not be able to stay open after he's put in the ground. It'll be tough.
Is somebody stopping him, or is it running out of money?
Well, it's next year's expense. The rest of the company and shareholders don't want to be able to pay for it. But the brother, he seems to be a kind-hearted man. He wants nothing but to continue his brother's legacy. He finds the legacy of heroism is a lot more pure than the legacy of war. So he wants to continue the guild. Change the guild name if they need to, do a bit of rebranding. But if the board doesn't approve, if he can't get enough approvals, the guild might have to close down. A lot of the buildings had to sell over time to be able to fund this whole funeral. The last one is left on a plateau that some of you are heading towards. Hopefully, you will be able to bring purpose to the guild again. I really do hope so. The world
For all our sakes. Yeah.
needs heroes. The more the better. There's no shortness and darkness out there.
I know my duty.
I'm glad
That's
you
why
do,
I'm
friend.
here.
And I'm glad to have you here, friend. All of you. You all seem like strong adventurers. I can't wait for you to meet the rest of the family. And then Grunt kind of comes in and kicks open the door. What's up, bitches? I am clean now. I am rested. And I am ready to fucking party. Why does everybody look so sad?
I'd like to imagine that Shokupan was like just sitting at the bar, dipping bread in like runny eggs and just having a nice quiet morning. And then this happened and she's looking over like, you kidding me?
Immediately after he asks like why everybody looks sad, like people start pouring in behind him and start like ordering beers left and right and different drinks, and it starts to become a little bit more and more rowdy.
I am now massaging
poke
my
crud.
temples.
Oh, crud. Are you going to do something with that loaf of bread?
I don't know.
You
Sounding
just-
like it.
I just turn to him and I just say, you should eat it.
Honestly, yeah. You got any more of those eggs left, bartender?
Luckily enough, this one hasn't eaten my whole supply of eggs yet, so you're more than welcome to one. How many would you like, actually?
Fry me up a few, and I wave Grunk over to get a conversation going with him as well while I'm eating my eggs and my bread, having forgotten absolutely what I was here for and everything else.
Shokupan turns to Keta and winks.
Yes, brother. Oh, yes. I can't wait for more battles that we'll have together. Oh, that looks really yummy, though. Hey, barkeep. Yes, how can I help you? Oh, give me one of those and the strongest drink you got. Okay, one moment, please. He kind of like walks over, get started on your like egg and stuff on this like small little circular runic kind of like plate. It's not necessarily a stove, but it's like heating up through that. It's kind of electric stove, but not really electricity. You know what I'm saying? Like magic.
Mhm.
Kind of
Hot plate.
yeah, like a hot
Magic
plate
in D&D.
what?
Oh my god!
So yeah,
I was
it's just kind
beginning
of like
to wonder if we'd gotten tossed into a steampunk story here.
I know, right? With all the steampunky things that were going on, right? But yeah, so he kind of starts getting cooking on the eggs. You start to smell the aroma, matched with the sweat and hustle and bustle of all the people that are in there. So it's a weird smell, but a familiar smell to you because you've been in areas like this before. Crud. And Grunt kind of like looks over at you. You know, I'm starting to feel it. It's starting to hit me a little bit. All of this death, the greed, the money, it corrupts many. And yet, we do it all over and over again. I'm sure Bartender told you what is going on, but there is much more problems. There's a lot of mystery in the death of Drago. Kind of like looks over
Yeah,
at
he
you.
was adventuring. They didn't find his body until late, right?
Yeah. It took him. He was gone for several months. I don't know how long the
Doesn't
body
he
was
have a
gone.
companion that was supposed to be with him?
Yes,
Have they found the companion?
I was one of them. Sadly, he had a crazy thing about him. He always needed to be first. And he also always needed to be alone when he scouted. I never agreed. I always followed him, I did. Until one day, he finally told me to fuck off. I was weak, battered, bruised, bleeding. That's where these scars come from. We went into a cave, really deep. We waited for a friend for a while. Finally showed us a way into this cave. You know the deal. Riches, power, all of it. They never let me in on it. They just told me, swing at that, kill that, jump off of the ship, kill things, blow things up. I never
Hey,
asked details.
You jumped off that ship in your own regard.
You're right. This time I make my own decision. But it was weird. I never asked questions, and when I did this time, they got really upset. Super secretive. Finally, after battling for so long, so many goblins, so many creatures, so much death in the deep. Sorry, I'm trying to read something here for chapter 1. Oddly enough, Gundren Rockseeker and all of us made it to a certain point, very deep, into this mine. His brother,
Kind of mine.
Phandelver. Gundren knew more. All I knew is that I had to do a lot with Cragmore Castle, Phandalin. A lot of it is hard to recall. I got hit really hard. But if Gundren was here, he'd be able to explain it, no problem. As you can see, this giant scar on my face. We were ambushed, oddly enough, by other dwarves. They got us when we were resting. It's hard for me to remember a lot of that day, but they almost killed me. Luckily enough, his actual brother, Boren, was able to carry me out along with other men. But Dwagar wanted to be able to go in further. See here. Let me see if I can remember. I think it
The
was
other dwarves were
below
clad?
Phandelver is where we were trying to head. And what was your question? I'm sorry.
Were the other dwarves wearing any kind of insignia, or were they deep dwarves?
Some would be
Underdark dwarves?
somewhere the dark dwarfs. Yes. They were all cloaked. Oddly enough, no family colors, just black. Hiding in the shadows of the caverns. They took us. Oh, one by one. So many numbers. We got split up. And as I said before, if it wasn't for Boren, I don't think any of us would have made it alive. Especially me. Some of the deep dwarfs were trying to fight along with us. He was able to get them out of there too. It was quite an adventure, but I could never know what we were even looking for. I did see, at one point, a little rock that he kept cherishing it, coveting, looking at it, small shard, pulsating, dark. It gave me the creeps, honestly. But he was obsessed with finding more of it. Willow Phandelver is where we would find more, apparently. According to Roxika. Bartender, have you seen Roxika? No, I have not. I've been worried about him. I'm really hoping that he didn't get taken out. There's been tons of goblins in between Neverwinter and Phandelver. The roads are not safe. Not safe at all. Anyway, enough about me. Just be careful. You never know who you can really trust out there. But I trust you guys, yeah. What's up, Obi? Thanks for coming through. Kind of like pats you on the back. Paint.
Grunk, you said something about Krogma. That's what the goblins were shouting as they attacked.
Yes. Well, we had to go through many things. Those goblins were the Krogma van. It is weird that they came out this far. But we've had issues with them before. We thought we got rid of them at the Krogma Castle. But I guess there's more. There's never enough goblin blood to spill. Does that sound racist? I don't know. But they keep coming. I know some goblins are good. But these guys, all different story. They're smarter somehow. I don't know why. Usually they kill their prey. Rape, pillage, all the things. But these guys capture. It's really weird. Makes me uncomfortable. A smart goblin horde is a very dangerous goblin horde. We tried to do what we could to clear them out. Found more clues and passages ways. Different things that my brother and God, I keep forgetting his name. Rockseeker kept on mentioning over and over again. I tried to just ignore most of it. It's a lot of nerdy talk about power and rocks and stones and a lot of magic. Very weird. Very weird things. I only care about women and beer and spilling blood. Only things that true you care about.
I agree with you there. There's nothing wrong with a good brew and maybe a few cards on the table as well.
Are you a betting man, my friend?
You name it, horses, fights. And he twists to stare. I bought this bread to arm wrestle you.
Shit.
Ooh. I'm doing good, Obi. Thanks for asking. I'm DMing right now. Continue, guys.
Is
Sorry.
the bread all gone?
Yeah, the bread's been eaten at this point. Like, he's most likely... I finished it. Like, this was
Like
breakfast.
you need to find more bread.
Listen, lady. I give you all the bread in all 3 taverns going across. Hold on. Scooby snacks. He was smoking a pipe about Scooby snacks. Yeah. Sorry. If you, if you wrestle him and win, I give you all the bread on this trip. Anytime you want bread, it's to be in your hands. Huh? How do you like that?
Isn't that the whole point of this? And I point to the seal.
The sigil?
Sigil,
Sigil.
yeah.
Ah, yes. But you see, wherever tavern you are, they will never run out of bread. On the way to where we're going, never run out of bread. I promise you. Cobalt! Or, sorry. It just kind of whistles over a cobalt. You make sure that woman never runs out of that delicious bread. Every time she gets about halfway there, give her new bread. Huh? Does that sound good?
I am so tired.
in real life,
fine. Fine, big boy. And I put my arms on his shoulders. You want to go? Let's go.
or Alright. I want to see
That was
this.
a good bet.
Oh, and
All
if
right.
he loses, here's the thing. If he loses, he is your bread bitch. He must bring you bread all
I don't even
times.
think he can make bread.
Oh, he will learn. I will make him learn.
Ooh,
And
this-
or he must go out and buy you bread or find bread.
Come on, bread bitch, let's go.
At any
Let's
given
go.
time, you wake him up, he gets you bread. Huh? And if he
Worth
wins, what do you want if he wins?
What do I want?
Yes, yes.
Ugh. What do I want? The kobolds stop making bread for her. And I stare her down.
Oh, I'll add to it. If he wins, no more bread on this trip. Huh?
All right. Okay. How many more days we got? How much longer?
I wouldn't worry about the time. It's a party. You never wanted to stop. Until you wanted to stop.
I would want it to stop.
You say this, but your soul says more. Anyway, begin. See you guys then.
Does she agree with the bet?
How about 24 hours?
No bread 24 hours?
36, and you got a deal.
Okay, fine. Fine.
He's deal.
All right. So what are we rolling here? How are we doing this?
Opposing strength saving throws.
Opposing strength saving throw. Let me pull up my strength here. Okay.
Should we announce it or should we DM purple?
We can DM purple so that he can
You can
illustrate.
narrate. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, purple.
Let
Let us know when to roll.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to talk to Savage too.
God damn it, purple!
Okay. Okay, roll. And then DM me.
Plus. So there we go.
Okay. So
I'm
you
really
guys
hoping I win this because I don't want to have to make bread.
Okay, so as you both like line up, and we're doing a couple of rolls like she did with the other person, by the way. So I hope that's okay with you.
Okay.
It's like best of. You guys want to do best of 2 or best of 3?
That's the 3.
Yeah,
of
best
three?
of 3.
Okay, so you kind of feel this little bit of strength, Crud, and coming from her. It's as if you are going up a fucking statue for a moment, just like an immobile statue. But for a moment, that drunken rage kind of just like comes out of you, like I could fucking do this, and just like kind of pull over, and it goes over like about a little bit, a quarter of the way to your advantage. Go ahead and roll again.
He's plus 3.
Okay.
And I'm just
So
kind of keeping an eye on everybody around.
you're kind of confident and you kind of feel like it going down, but out of nowhere, you feel the years of experience kind of like come through and flow through her hand and take over and push you back into place where you guys started before, if not just a little bit more onto her advantage.
Oh,
Roll again.
no. Ooh.
Tough. You feel as if like, you know, you're right about to win this thing, no fucking problem. You can smell that endless bit of bread and calling him bread bitch within victory, but you kind of like slip up and he kind of like pulls back into motion and kind of pushes a little bit more to his advantage. Roll again. So, that would be like best of 3, right? Like at that point, or
Well, that's 4 rolls now. So
okay,
That's the 4th roll.
yeah, okay. So you both kind of sit there and like are both struggling. The table starts to crack a little bit in between the both of you, and then she kind of just like looks into your eyes and sees this really like sad oak or orc or half orc trying to just do better beneath all that drunkenness, and just kind of just feels a little bad and then just eases off a little bit and lets you take over. And you're right about to slam her arm onto the table. Give me one more roll. And this will be the last roll to decide. Because I don't want to do this all night.
okay.
And as you're right about to hit the end of the table with her fist, you feel like you're right about to win. Everything is right. This is finally something going into your favor. Maybe gambling isn't like, you know, as bad as you thought. She just goes, psych, and then fucking slams your arm down on the table on the other side. And kind of like you also kind of like just flip over and land on your back.
This one's learn to bake bread.
Oh, I know what the fuck she rolled because I was rolling really well.
She was too. It was just
one bad roll. That was it. Everything else was pretty average.
Does that seem fair with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Grunt comes over and looks over at you. Bread, bitch. Get her bread. I know joking. Get the fuck up. Get her bread.
And I get up and I go and head into the kitchen and start baking more bread.
Do you even know how to bake bread?
Bartender,
There'll be burnt ones, but I'll learn.
bartender, go butt. Oh, bread, bitch. Sure thing, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't look smart enough to even be able to measure a cup of flour. But we'll give it a try. Come here, buddy.
Doesn't even look smart. That's so rude.
All right. So as the time goes on, you all begin to have fun. Things are... It's been like a few days now as you've been on the road. You guys are kind of like, you've rested in the tavern, you've eaten, you drink, you've arm wrestled a couple of times here and there, just for funsies. Tough is always winning. You're just sitting over there like, I can't believe this fucking bitch is able to do this shit. What the fuck? And just like kind of butthurt about you losing this situation, but at the same time, you kind of get over it with the days that are like kind of like passing by here and there. The snow like lets up and gets heavier in between those days as well. Eventually, let's see here, where are we at?
I do go up to Crud between one of these days and be like,
Yeah.
aren't you glad you only bet 36 hours?
Crud's arms tired.
Oh, sorry about that. And then I do lay on hands.
I love it. I fucking love it. Bitch, here, heal. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up.
We're ready.
What's happening?
I then
Uh.
pat his wrist and I was like, we don't want any arthritis here, do we?
Little carpal tunnel action going.
And as everything kind of slows down and everybody kind of gets on their own carts to try and get ahead, meet up, or to get to where they need to go, a haze of revelry hung heavy in the air as the convoy began its dispersal. Days of feasting, drinking, and camaraderie born of shared adventure had forged bonds between the disparate travelers. One by one, the carriages detached, their occupants carrying with them memories and dreams kindled within the confines of the Ironhold caravan. The party's carriage continued onward, the destination a peculiar sight that emerged from the mist. Enormous statues, carved in the likeness of kneeling dwarfs, dominated the landscape. Each held aloft an object of immense size, their forms etched against the backdrop of the snow-capped mountains. And that is where we're going to take a break.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Yep. How's it going, guys? Let me go ahead and do BRB for right now. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking around. We're going to go ahead and continue for a little bit longer here to play some more D&D. If you guys are just joining us, we are doing a module with a homebrewed beginning. The module is known as... I'm not worried that these guys are going to look it up, and I'm not worried that they're going to do anything crazy, so we're just going to go with it. It's called the Phandelver, and Below, the Shattered Obelisk. It is a 1 through 13 campaign, and we are just getting started with it. We had an amazing journey so far with everybody, and we are continuing on to the next steps of the funeral celebration that's going on right now for... Dragar.
So we
Okay.
know that his sigil's an artificer sigil, right? Because that's what it looks like to me.
No, it's just it's a family sigil. It's just
But if they're artificers,
Hmm?
never mind.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I get what you're. I kind of get what you're saying. So yeah, it's kind of like somewhat of an artificer sigil thing. I don't know too much about artificers. I gotta learn more about them. So what was the point that you're trying to make, though?
I was just making an observation.
Mm. Basically, it's just like a blimp and guns, and this is just like his family sigil. It's made out of gold because they fancy as fuck. It's the best way I can describe it. Okay. So,
Excuse me.
bless
Okay, that's fucking cool.
So, let me get to the point that I was at. Spring delight. Okay. Trying to get where we were at. Sorry, I was reading. Said the hasting. The party's carriage continued onward. The destination, a peculiar sight that emerged from the mist. Enormous statues carved in the likeness of kneeling dwarves dominated the landscape. Each held aloft an object of immense size, their forms etched against the backdrop of the snow-capped mountains. As they drew closer, a more unsettling detail became apparent. The golem that had pulled their carriage detached itself from the vehicle. So I'm just kind of assuming at this point in time, did you all like join in the same carriage and like left together, or did you guys go in separate ones, or?
I assume we would have all gotten the same, or same if not nearby carriages.
Okay,
We're all hanging out.
I'm
together.
not letting bread bitch get out of my sight.
there we go. I
That's
love that.
fair.
I love that answer. Perfect. All right, have more of a reason to glue you guys together. I like it.
Gluten. Bread.
Gluten. Hell yeah, dude. The fucking puns. Let's go.
I hate it.
Nah, nah.
So detached. Its massive form sinking into the earth within an otherworldly grace. God, words. So it's kind of like running off and then kind of like sinking back into the ground, kind of like an earthbender would ride a wave or something. All for all of you Avatar enjoyers out there, to get you. The colossal statue, though, carved in the likeness of a living dwarf, sprang into life. Its stone form cracking and shifting. The platform upon which the party's carriage rested lifted in the air, and the once solid ground transforming into a floating conveyance. The crystalline heart of the statue pulsed with a blue light, casting an ethereal glow upon the surrounding landscape. So it kind of just like takes off and just lifts into the air with its stone wings, starting to kind of just like lift it up a little bit here and there. But it's kind of for show in a way. The runes are the things that are really just kind of like lifting it in the air at first. And then as it gets higher in altitude, the back begins to split up and you hear like the clanging of chains, and this huge red blimp kind of flies up into the sky and just inflates rapidly, and the golem starts to fly up even higher, or the statue starts to fly up even higher with you guys on the cart. How are you guys reacting to this? You're kind of passing through the clouds at the moment.
At the moment, I think I have every single claw I own attached to something like pillows, cloths, something hanging on for dear life, because I'm not meant to be in the air.
That's a fair point. I think I would definitely be holding on to something
Okay.
because flying for somebody who is from a sea town is very unfamiliar.
I am laying on a hammock asleep. I'm in a carb coma.
All thanks to bread, bitch. Grunk is just looking over.
Like, as I'm asleep, he's like piling loaves of bread on me and I don't even notice.
Yes. Perfect. So yeah, he kind of just like comes over, or Grunk is like coming over to you guys. He's like, "Isn't it wonderful? Ah, yes. The Iron Ones. Crazy people make crazy things. Am I right?"
Yes.
Yeah. Most flying. It's a long way down. Okay.
Oh, you're not scared of heights, are you, baby bear?
No, I just prefer an ocean underneath me, not thin air.
Bread bitch, you will learn one day. Just being a part of the world, no matter if it's water, air, stone, or grass, is all a beautiful thing. Just to be able to do so. He looks over.
So, how long's the flight? Is there in-flight snacks, perhaps?
Kitty. I stole some jerky from the tavern. And when I say stole, I already own it. Kind of. And he just kind of gives you, like, part of the jerky.
Oh, nummy. I'll take one hand, unattach it, and take the jerky. Thank you.
He kind of like tries, he kind of like reaches to kind of pet you and like pulls back. He's like, never mind. And then kind of like walks over towards the edge. And he's just like, not like T-posing, but kind of just like basking in the glow of what's going on and enjoying his life right now. Bread bitch, bring me beer. And then for a moment, the whistling wind gets quiet. And the clouds clear. And you look over. And as the statue ascended, the party gained a breathtaking perspective of the world below. The snow-covered mountains, once imposing, shrank into miniature peaks. The convoy, a fleet of airborne carriages, followed in their wake. Their collective power creating a mesmerizing aerial ballet. The colossal statue, its form still imbued with a sense of otherworldly power, began its descent. With a grace that belied its immense size, it lowered itself towards the ground, its stone feet finding purchase on the solid earth. The platform carrying the party and their companions lowered gently. The transition from the sky to ground as smooth as it was sun. Below them lay a modest guild hall, a structure that blended seamlessly with the surrounding natural beauty. Trees, their branches laden with snow, stood as silent sentinels, while small bodies of water reflected the ethereal glow of the descending statue. The gentle cascade of two waterfalls provided a soothing counterpoint to the grandeur of the arrival.
Tell me it was a controlled descent.
Oh yeah, it was controlled. It was very light.
That's very pretty.
Nice view. Are we on the ground yet?
You're on the ground now.
Okay, I pry the rest of my claws out of where I was holding on.
Just pry them. Just come off of the thing, you know. Kind of just like looking over, trying to make sure nobody noticed. I'm trying to come up with a title. Sorry, I had it earlier and then it deleted and then I forgot to put a new one because I'm a fucking idiot. But fuck it, we'll just do welcome. Something like that. I don't know. Clear. And you are now finally at the guild hall. You see crowds of people bundled together. A small shop over off into the left corner area over there, where there's a red goblin with a couple of donkeys and a weird chest that seems to be moving around a little too much. A little owl is perched up too, nestling around, trying to get snow off of it. You do notice as well a huge golem that has a G-0L3M painted on its chest, kind of next to one of the guards. Grunk kind of like comes up with you guys as well, behind all three of you, kind of looking around. Very well done. Very well done. We made it alive in one piece. Welcome. This can be your new home. I'm hoping, if we get to keep it. He kind of nudges at Keta and like, hopefully those greedy bastards don't get it, right?
Right.
Well, look around, mingle for a bit, head into the guild. I'll meet you there. Or if you have any trouble, call for me. I will come. I must look for my brother and his associate. Remember what I said. Careful who you trust. It is still a battlefield here. Even though many do not wear swords and axes, it's their words that carry the poison.
Politics. Ick.
Exactly. All right. And then Grunt kind of just takes off over to into the crowd.
Okay.
Alrighty.
And welcome to the game.
So I'm kind of eyeing the chest from a distance. Do I recognize what it is? Because
Give me
I have an
a
idea of what it-
investigation check.
investigation. I have no pluses on that one. I got 16 though.
Okay. Oh, also, if you want to interact with stuff, there is a little button that's a hand.
Right.
You click that, and then I will react to it and tell you guys like, oh yeah, you can do XYZ with whatever you're looking at. Just as a heads up, so that way I can kind of keep track of everything. You succeeded. You notice out of the chest over there, like a little eye pops out, looks at you, and then darts right back into the chest.
Lovely. A mimic.
Yep.
Disgusting.
Leave the mimic alone.
Okay.
I really do tower over you. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Now you know why my sling's still up. Okay.
Straight.
So
I
want to. Hang on a sec. Do that.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
I
What's up?
want to talk to the goblin merchant to see what he's selling.
Oh, hello there. How can I help you? Welcome to my little assortment.
Because he has corn. What? Sorry.
Oh,
I had to go there.
I know you did. It's okay. It's a Kashin, if we're being honest here. Oh, you actually want to buy from me? Okay.
What do you
Oh. Well, What are your morals? Just a red goblin with like this obvious wig on his head.
My morals?
Yeah. What are your morals? Depends. If you're a really good guy, then I got some really good stuff. And if you're a bad guy, I got some really good stuff. If you know what I'm saying.
How about a neutral person? What have you got for a neutral person?
Let's see here. I got some pocket sand, just a little bag of sand, and then I have the potions, and then he puts out 2 bottles of liquid. One is somewhat red, the other one is kind of this weird greenish garbage oil looking thing.
Do
Inside
I
of a bottle.
recognize what they are?
Do an investigation check for me.
10.
Okay, so for the red potion, it's obvious that it seems you kind of. How would you investigate this? Better yet, you're able to figure out what it is, but just tell me would you investigate it?
First, I ask, may I? Asking if I can pick the bottle up.
Yeah, go ahead.
I pick the bottle up, see if I can get a scent around the top edge of it, look through it to see if it's milky or clear or cloudy or thick, oily or not. That, you know what I mean? Viscosity.
So you've seen it before. The viscosity and the smell kind of give it away as far as like it being a health potion, a very low end health potion, because of how slimy it is. But yeah, you can tell which one that is. For the other one though, you can't tell what the fuck that thing is. It smells horrible. It looks so slimy, and when you try and move it around, the viscosity is so thick that it barely moves. It's kind of like gelatin, but you can't really put your finger on what it is.
So what's the green stuff?
Oh, he kind of like looks at you. It'll make you have stronger claws. Yeah. Stronger claws.
Right.
It's the strength claw potion.
The strength claw potion.
Yeah, gives
Alright. Well, I
gives
will
you
keep that in mind
diamond
on my way,
claws. That's
on
why.
my travels, and I'll be back to get some if I need it. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
Hey, wait! Look, I got some extra things if you want. I'm a little desperate here. These guys have been kicking me out. They kind of look down on goblins trying to make a living around here. Not to mention, some of their stuff might go missing and blame me and get mad when they want to buy something that looks exactly like the thing that went missing. If you catch my
That
drift.
would be a shame. I'm so sorry to hear
Can
that
I
happened.
see if I hear this conversation?
Give me a perception check.
But I'm pretty sure that I'll
Oh
have
no,
to check.
that's a 4.
You do not hear over the crowd of people that are talking next to you in the loud golem that's kind of like making animatronic noises as it's moving around.
Mhm. So I do appreciate your situation, but I think probably I'll have to pass until I see what's going on with our situation. I'll check back in.
I can get you a finger. You want a finger?
I'm good. Thank
Oh,
you so much.
You're
Have a
lost.
good day. All right. I'm over here ready to go. Strong claw potion indeed.
Strong claw potion.
He looks over at his donkey. He's like, I gotta work on the line, bud. Not the best at it. He kind of like, swirls around the potion really quick, and he just like chugs the green one.
Oh no.
It's just lime jelly. He just kind of feels like this rupture in the stomach, and he's just kind of like, not like blue face, but whatever blue face would be on a red skin, kind of just like purplish, just like, ugh. I don't know if that
do
was
we need to-
jelly.
Do we need to worry about medical intervention for him?
No, he's just standing in place, shaking a little bit. It's fine. I mean, how do you feel about goblins?
All he
Or is
needs to do is grab one of the red ones. I'm sure that'll fix him right up.
He just kind of
Little red-
stands. He's just shivering right now.
Red potion chaser.
Just tripping balls right now, looking at his hands. This is crazy. I am growing long fingernails. He's just...
Strong claws.
Strong claws. Okay.
Can I investigate the golem a little bit?
Yeah, what are you trying to look for?
Is this look like the same golems that were around us earlier? Or is this a different one?
This is more of a it's smaller than the other golems, like a lot smaller than the other
It
golems. The
also
other
looks
golems were like,
bipedal.
and this one is bipedal. This one is more of like a robotic servant in a way. It has like glowing cracks and stuff, and like runes carved into it. Its eyes do glow, but they're glowing green right now. And the
I don't like that right
kind
now part.
huh?
I don't like that right now part. His eyes
Yeah.
are glowing green for right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so kind of like that. It is what it is. It's kind of like how it looks right now. It's just, and it has like this thing painted on it, which is its name, which is G-03. It's Golem, but spelled out in numbers and shit. And it seems very passive as well.
These
It's
is
just,
passive.
yeah. He doesn't seem very like, oh, I'm gonna hurt somebody. He's just there to kind of like make sure nobody acts a fool, you know?
He's a deterrent.
Can I
You-
tell if he's guarding anything specific?
Do you want to ask him?
I didn't really think to ask him, but yeah, I'll ask him.
Okay. I just want to know, are you just trying to look or are you trying to ask things?
I'm using my investigative skills to
Okay.
deduce whether he is.
Give
like,
me an
directly-
investigation. Give me an investigation check.
18.
Okay. So you look at him and you notice that like he is guarding weapons and stuff, and people are kind of like walking into the guild and they are trying to pass by, and he kind of like lets out a little excuse me, please leave your weapons in the box. We are trying to have a great time, but make sure everybody makes it home alive.
Oh, so he's just a big bouncer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they see him, and the party that's trying to go in just kind of like or whatever, and kind of like puts their shit in the boxes and kind of makes their way into the door. Boom. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Have fun. Boom.
Hmm. All I
Watch,
can
right.
remember right now is that line out of Robin Hood. No blades, no bows. Leave your weapons at the door.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shokupan just says bing bong bong bing. Like she's just repeating
Are
all
you
the
just
sounds.
echoing it?
Yes, I'm
Boom.
echoing it.
It's kind of racist. Boom.
Wow.
Atheist or robotist? Sorry.
Yeah, raising hand. What's up?
So I don't know if the animation is right or not, but what's up with the helmets on the guards? I'm assuming those are guards.
What do you mean?
Are they face covered or does it like a
Mhm.
veil?
Their face is covered with a helmet.
Can you tell what race they are?
They're short and stout, and so the guards are They're tall for
Tall.
dwarves,
Uh,
but yeah, they're mainly dwarves. All these guys are
Okay.
dwarves, and then the golem is like, let me see, yeah, and around that. They're
and the
they're
little
pretty.
compass is on the floor, or the compass is on floating.
That compass is for you guys to travel into the guild.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's literally a portal into the next level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all that is. For when you're ready.
Yeah, it kind of looks like they're wearing almost like Greek helmets, where they just have slots for eyes and the mouth.
Oh yeah. Oh, do you want an actual description of it?
Oh
Like,
yeah, if you could.
Like
that'd be
Okay.
great.
It's like
Okay,
a
yeah,
myrmidon
yeah.
helmet.
So they're short, stout guards. Their helmets do come down where it's just mainly just the eye slots and then the nose that goes down over their mouth and stuff. Some of them will have beards. The one that you're in front of has like a little bit of a beard kind of going down under the helmet, but it does end like over here, like above their chin or like at where their chin ends. So it is kind of covering their face. They can see you, but you can't really tell who's in there. They have like very warm type of armor on, so like tons of fur around the collar and everything, and in the lining as well. A lot of it is like blue. They, oddly enough, they're not in the same color as the rest of the people that work for Dragar. You do notice that. But they are very short, stout. They have like, some of them have hammers on their back, some of them have like swords on their back. They're just guards that are there to guard the guild and make sure people don't really act up in the moment. But they are dwarven. If that answers your question. They're like in steel plated armor as well.
Oh, that's gonna be a cool bitch.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
they're all kind of on edge as well, and like because they know the family, they know what's been going on between the business and everything. But you can talk to them if you want to. They, as far as what you can see goes, they're just like very heavily armored dwarven guards here to save you. They're not like the other guards that you saw beforehand. These ones are just much more heavily armored. They have they do have though that sigil kind of like on the leather little strap for their weapon, so it's like kind of like in the center as well, so you can kind of tell that they're a part of Dragar's guard duty.
Without getting too close to the goblin merchant, is there anything odd about the owl?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. $19.
There's nothing strange about the owl. It does seem to have like a little thing strapped to its ankle that's used for like carrying letters and stuff. But it's like eyeing people kind of. It is, you do notice that it's mainly eyeing people that have like really big shiny necklaces. And then it kind of
But it's
just,
not tied to the roof or anything. It's just
No,
says just.
it's just chilling there. It's not like tied down.
Hide your gold, kids. I can't help but notice we have people with no colors, and we have people with colored clothing over here. Can we see past all these people to see what a fine red hat she's got on?
This person right here?
Hmm.
You want to go over there and approach them?
Well, I'm just saying, can we see what's over there from where we're at? Can we see past the people?
They
I probably
you guys are kind of short. It is a huge crowd, and then there's a bunch of dwarves over in this area. I don't know if it pinged. There we go. So like you can kind of see, but not like a lot. You would have to try. You can get past those people if you want to.
I can push my way in.
Yeah.
Do you think we should go over there and check it out? Because that's the direction that Gronk.
Grunk.
Groot went. Grunt went. Or do we just go into the... Do you just want to go into the guild? I'm not interested in giving the golem my weapons, so how are we going to handle that?
We would have to go in a sideways, and it looks like it's fairly well guarded.
I want to explore this way.
Give me 2 seconds.
And get myself in trouble, but I want to come down here. No, I can't come down here.
Where are you trying to go?
I was just kind of walking out towards the water in front of the tree, just taking a gander. Don't mind me, I'm just being a nosy, curious kitty cat.
Okay.
So I can get an eye on some of the crowd and the people. Because I know that Grunk went that direction, so I'm just kind of curious. What do I see?
Are you actively like trying to look and see what Grunk is doing?
I'm more looking in their direction. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But what are you... I understand that you're trying to look at them, but what are you trying to find? Are you trying to find something out, or are you just trying to like look and see where they're eventually at? Or
I'm curious. I want to know who's over there. I want to know what it has to do with our situation.
So it's not really hard to see because they are a colorful bunch of people. You do see Grunk with a man dressed in purple with a hot top hat and a guitar on his back and lightly armored chest piece with like a little shoulder pad. And then you see a very fancy fat dwarf with blondish hair and a very fancy hat who is in the Ironhold colors of red and gold. He seems a lot more like on the politician side or politics side of the family, if anything, and they're all kind of just like talking to each other. You can't really hear what's going on actively unless you want to roll for something to see if you want to hear what they're saying. Oh, are you just gonna go up in their shit, Shakupan?
No, I was just trying to see if I could.
Yeah, I mean you could. But yeah, but you can't really tell what they're saying unless you go like right up to them.
You know, I'll just walk up to them and be like, "Hi, I'm Shokuban."
Yeah. Okay. Is that how you want to do that? Yeah. So you like kind of like easily get through the crowd. You kind of like walk around and you're like, "What's up, motherfuckers?" And Grunk is like, "Yes, Shakupan. This is one of the ones that I met on the way up here. I figured you would be happy to see her, brother. So strong. And we have Keta as well. I don't know where the green one is, but he'll be here soon. But yes."
You got distracted by something shiny.
Yeah. Are you gonna join the party and come up there too?
Yes, sorry. I was munching on food.
Don't worry. Stop moving.
Up there.
Stop moving. Stop moving.
Okay.
Thank you.
Holy shit! You can fly?
Yeah.
I can.
There he is. One of my favorites. This man swung me around on the rope that I was telling you about, my friend. Calm down. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Give me a second here with water. I've been doing too many fucking voices. Calm down, brother. Yes. Sorry. So, you're the ones that my real brother called upon to finally come over here. Very interesting. Yes, such a odd bunch. Alaric kind of comes up and looks you up and down and tries to see, like, if they're really worth it. Well, if you did exactly what my friend here has said, then I have nothing to worry about. Swinging a dwarf around on a rope, cutting down goblins, and saving people that you had no idea we were saving. Very interesting. He kind of like looks at Keta. A very secretive one, you must be. I can see it in your eyes. Tell me, Keta, what have you seen that might make me interested in hiring somebody like you?
Okay, I need to know which one of them is talking to me. The red hat.
Oh,
or
sorry.
the purple?
The purple.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, how am I going to answer this? Your brother. Okay. Your brother had my clan train me in all the ways of the monk, and I am here to fulfill my duty as per the agreement.
Yes, duty. That's duty. That. But come here. He kind of like puts his shoulder, kind of like on your back, and kind of like has you peer out into the crowd. Tell me, do you not see a bunch of snakes ready to strike?
More like
Same.
vultures in carrion
I like it.
in the hopes of a meal.
Yes, yes. Well, I tell you that each and every single one of those people would slit my throat right here, right now, if they could. That's why I didn't bring my daughter or my wife. I came myself, unfortunately. Festivities are fantastic, but at the same time, it's been very dangerous. This is why I'm wearing this armor. He just like slams his chest really quick to keep me hard as rock and stone. Yes. We do need to move on, sir, very soon. You will be the head of the Ironhold house if we can get you to survive long enough to put your brother on the ground. In the ground, sorry. Yes. Sadly, we do have an actual funeral to get to. Oh, hold on, I need to ban this person.
Are there any there that you can trust?
Hold on one second. I need to ban this person.
Yep, you certainly do.
Ban. There we go.
I'm sorry, I'm eating fries or else I would have.
No, that's cool. What was the question again?
I'm asking if there's anyone he can trust in that group, or is it just simply us and Grunk and whoever the feathery red one is?
Walk with me, Keta. For a moment, yes?
Yes.
So you and him both like walk towards the south, like near the water, kind of the clear reflection kind of pointing back at both of you. And as you're having your conversation, listen. Because of the way your arrangement worked with my brother, you are the one that I can really trust. I do need you to understand that I can't even trust those people that are with you now. The only thing that's keeping you in my little circle is, well, the fact that you were part of a creed, a group, whatever you call it. What was it again?
Our clan.
Your clan. Yes. Beautiful.
Sharpcock clan.
Sharpcock clan. Yes, I remember my brother saying something about that earlier. Listen. The way your clan works, from what I hear, is very honorable, but very secretive. And because you're secretive, you can figure out secrets that I need to know. I need you to ask questions, look around, investigate as much as you can. Some people wanted my brother to die, if that's hard to fathom, but at the same time, we need to make an effort. Are you trying to see if you can hear what they're saying?
This dice sucks.
Do you want to re-roll your actual dice?
No, it's fine.
Okay, because you can't hear. I'm sorry. You got fucking Grunk chatting it up with Crud right now and like yelling hella loud and shit. Your fucking faces sound look great. See what you can.
I believe that my companions the half-orc and the paladin are trustworthy, but I will seek out the knowledge that you request, and we will watch your back.
But how much do you know about them? That's what I want to know.
The
What's that?
half-orc is more interested in drink and has some gambling issues. The paladin arm wrestles for bread. I'm not really sure they're part of a deep, dark conspiracy.
Yeah,
But I do think they'll
pretty
stand
on
in
the
a fight.
surface.
I believe they will stand in a fight.
Lovely.
But we will go
Well.
slowly with the trust.
He hands you a pouch, kind of filled with these like crystals, kind of in them. There'll be a time when I tell you to distribute these. Please don't do it any time earlier. I need you to understand that. Please do not do it any time earlier before the time I tell you. Don't ask what they do. Just understand they're not going to hurt you. But I need you to hold on to them. And when the moment comes, and I will tell you the moment, you will hand them to your compatriots. Until then, keep these to yourself. And give them to no one else. Can I trust you?
Absolutely. I give him a slight bow.
Thank you. And he hands over the bag that has like these
Crystals.
like crystals inside of them.
Okay.
Very well done. Well, we have a funeral that I need to get to. It hits differently when it's your family.
It is.
It does. Well, come with me. I'll try and get you in a little bit easier than without us.
Okay.
I had a family once. I'll meet you over by the golem in the garden. And he kind of walks off to the side, past the tree, kind of looks at you, hoping that he can trust you, and walks off into the distance, past the crowd, and next to the golem in the garden.
Crud and Shokapan, we need to go. We must guard our benefactor's brother.
Sounds like a plan. Is there any specific reason that he thinks he's not safe?
This whole thing with the guild is that someone's trying to take the guild. And he is unsure that he is safe. He doesn't know who he can trust, and we will be the people he trusts.
Sounds like a plan.
Swear on my oath he will be safe.
Oh no. Okay.
Well, what do you mean? No!
Write that down on your fucking notes, please. Or I will.
Oh, Judy.
Because you said on my oath, so. Okay.
This is session 1. You can't do this to me.
Yes, I can.
You said words.
I got a bad feeling.
Felt safe up until this moment.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm writing it down. Okay. It's okay. I got it. Protect. Borin Ironhold. Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The fucking animation makes it better. Okay. All right then. Now time for the real party to start, yeah?
Yep.
Always down for a good party.
If you thought the wine was good on the travels, I'll wait till you try the wine here. Oh, actually, before we get started, I'm gonna get talked to a lot. But when you go in there, find the bartender. Ask for Grunken Axe.
Drunken axe.
Yes, Grunken Axe.
I can't imagine who that's named after.
It was earned very well. Just never mind, you'll handle it. He kind of walks off in the same direction as Ket and Boren. Yes, well, we'll see how good you are. And he pulls out a pipe and starts kind of smoking some sweet leaf and heads into the crowd and disappears, and then reemerges through the crowd and next to the golem and the guard. I don't know what you two guys are gonna do, but if you need to move over here, just let me know.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow our benefactor.
Okay.
Our benefactor's brother. Our now benefactor? I don't know.
It's confusing for right now. It'll make more sense as time goes on. He walks up. Boren proudly, with a lot of confidence, walks up to the golem and past Grun Boulderfist. And Boulderfist actually stands at attention as soon as Boren walks by him. Good sir! I must make my way to the guild, and these are my guards. They are allowed to have weapons. This is my guild house. This is my brother's funeral. And I am going to override you with code 102368. The fucking golem kind of like powers down a little bit and shifts off to the side out of your way. Wow, I'm surprised I remember that one, huh? And Gorog looks over. I don't even know what you just said. And they start to head towards the guild.
Okay.
Yeah. And now I need to start moving these characters over. I hope I can. Let me see if I can do it this way. Yep. So you're going to walk up to the compass and you should be able to hit T.
Mm-hmm.
And then get in.
Helps if I'm on the right window. Really? Oh, there we go.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I got to go to each one and move them one by one.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who's that Johnny Bravo
the
looking ass
hair.
motherfucker?
Just you wait. Is this where you guys want to end it, or do you want to keep going? I don't know.
Would this be a good point to end it? Like story-wise? Or are we gonna start getting into some heavier stuff that'll slow everything down type thing if we were to stop it later?
So this would be a good point to kind of stop. Because you're entering the guild, more conversations and things can happen now. That might take longer than an hour. Depending
I'm
on
good
how
with
you...
stopping.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Sorry, guys. Old people need to sleep sometime.
No, it's
All
okay.
good.
You're fine.
Alrighty. So as you enter into the guild, you hear tons of people chatting. There's surprisingly like no music playing at the moment. Everybody seems to be like they're getting ready for something that is about to happen. You do notice off in between the tables that there is a man with a crazy hairdo that he's trying to pull off, and then we'll cut it there and we'll start again next couple weeks or 2 weeks, or I don't know when we want to do another session. But,
I'm pretty much open. You just have to tell me the date and the time, and I'll be there.
okay.
Yeah, just let me know.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for coming on by. I hope you all had a great rest or a great time here. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you next time when I stream, which is whenever we do these D&D streams for right now until I get situated and moved, because work is like super busy, and trying to get a schedule right now is a pain in the ass. And I don't have room to build a second computer. So once I get all that stuff set up and everything, I will be able to stream a lot better and be able to have a better schedule and stuff. If you guys do like the streams, let me know. Go into the Discord. Let them know. Let me know how I'm doing. And yeah. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.